Hello everyone! Welcome back to the stream. Anybody new to the stream? I am Aire, certified engineer, PVC Vtuber. I am one half of the Vtubers you will see on this channel. Welcome! Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. It's like, it feels like it's been so long since a stream even happened on the on the channel, hasn't it? Honestly, my brother has been he's been kind of sad about it as well, because he's been wanting to stream, but every single day he's just been super tired. Poor Glux, he's just been super tired recently. Anyways, sorry, I just went on to a tangent. I started off on a tangent, guys. All right, but yeah, welcome. Today we're gonna be playing some Pokemon Pocket. By the way, is the rank still going on for Pokemon Pocket? I think it is, isn't it? Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's still going, isn't it? Season is underway. Okay, so yes, we still have some time on the season. I don't remember how far we actually made it. Zombie Glux needs to rest. ZGNR. Oh my goodness. Hi, Dark Guide. How's it going? Oh, by the way, we finally got the. Well, I actually just finally got the thing working for Mix It Up. Can you test the channel points real fast? Because I'm not really too sure if they're actually active. When I tested it, it worked. But I need some reassurance from other people. Hey, look, it's working. Hooray! I made it work. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, I made it work. Hooray! But yeah, welcome. Today we're gonna be looking at some Pokemon Pocket news. I was wondering, should I watch a YouTube video in regards to it? Because I might be able to get some better insight on some of these new cards from people who actually know what they're talking about. Let's see. Who do I know that spoke about this? Let me see. Pokemon Pocket. BGG. Everyday Wear. Annie, there's my interview yesterday. That is why I missed a watch along. Oh, okay, that's fine. How did your interview go? Was it any good? Let's see. You know what? I've actually enjoyed Spraggles quite a lot. I usually watch a couple of his videos, so we can watch what his take is, because he actually does play Pokemon quite a lot. So you should have a better insight than what I can give. All right, let me see. Well, you know what? I'll probably turn it on a little bit. But yeah, how's everybody else's weekend been? Hi, Depresso. How are you doing? You having a good week? How's your week been? Honestly, my week has been pretty uneventful. Oh, by the way, for those who probably didn't know, yesterday my brother actually locked himself out of the car. He actually locked himself out of his car yesterday. Oh, hello, have a gorgeous day. Hi, Destin. Thank you so much for dropping by. If you're just dropping by, have a great day as well. Watched Toy Story 5 because hubby was so hyped for it. Oh, how was it? My sister was actually talking about it the other day. That must have been so funny. Honestly, I didn't know about it until he came back home. Because when he came back home, the first thing I heard was, hey, Bellatrix, can you do me a favor and see if you can get my service reimbursed? And I'm like, wait, what happened? I'm like, wait, what happened? What happened? What do you mean reimbursed? And and so he kind of explained it to me right there. I'm like, how'd you lock yourself out of your car? He's like, okay, I was about to go in for work and I checked my pocket and, I felt something in my pocket and he's like, okay, good. Like my keys are in my pocket. And then he locks the door and then starts walking back to his job. And then, before he actually made it to like the front gate, he was like, wait a minute. I don't have my ID. And so he walks back to his car and he's like checking his pocket in order to like pull out his key. And what he pulls out instead was like some other thing that he had in his pocket. And he's like, wait, what? Oh no. And he's like, he starts getting like very, very befuddled. He's like, oh no.
Thank you,
And so he starts, Kamikaze, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining the flock again. Welcome back, you baka. Oh my goodness, how have you been? Like, how's life been for you, Kamikaze? You having a good life so far? As for Aire and his strikes again, he said he was extremely furious because, like, usually he always checks his pockets before he actually like locks the door, and except this time he just had something else in his pocket and it tricked him. And he's like, no. And he's like looking inside his car. He's like, where did I leave my keys? And he told me that he left it in the middle of his car, like that little center thing, like little box in the center that some cars actually have. Like that's the kind of thing he has, and it was just sitting right there. He's like the keys are right there, and right next to his keys was his ID. He's like, no! And so he had to the glove compartment. No, it's the other thing. I want to say I think it is considered the center console. It's like that little box where you can kind of like open it, like in between the seats. But yeah, it was just resting on there, and he was like infuriated because it was right there. And he's like, what do? I can't go into work without my ID, and I can't get into my car without my keys. So he's like, okay, I need to call people. And so he calls his coworker. He's like, hey, I locked myself out of my car. And he's like, oh, that sucks. Well, and like time to break the window. He's like, I have a hammer in my car. You want to break the window? He's like, no, I don't want to break the window. And so, yeah, he's like, he then says that he went through like all sorts of things, and then he finally called the locksmith like shortly after, and then he told me that it was gonna be like, it costed him like $180 something. And the locksmith, so the reason why he was talking to my sister Bellatrix was because the locksmith told him that if he reported it, or if somebody in his family had like roadside assistance insurance, he could probably ask them to like report it to the insurance company, and then they would like reimburse him for like the cost. And so my sister went through like so many loops trying to figure out if my mom, me, or anybody else has like roadside assistance included in our car insurance, which we don't, by the way. Well, we don't have that. We have like the very basic kind of insurance. And so she calls her company, and then she goes through all the stuff. She was like basically phoning it in like really hard. She's like, oh yeah, I was in my brother's car, and we were like doing some things here and there, and then like the car totally locked itself. Oh my god! And like I had to explain this to my brother, and then and then I had to end up calling like a locksmith. Well, she actually said the exact same thing. She was sounding like such a California girl to the phone person. It it was the funniest thing. I'm like, why are you talking like that? And she's like, shut up. Like, they don't need to know. They don't need to know anything. Giving your sister a Valley Girl voice. That's what she did. Like, she literally, that's how she sounded like. When she was like pulling it off. She's like, I'm gone. Like, I was so distracted with my son and my daughter that I just forgot. And so they got the whole thing. They went through the whole thing, and then the guy said that he could reimburse. He can reimburse her for like $130 something of the cost, and then like the service fee was the thing that they couldn't reimburse. But basically, the other part was the important part, and they could reimburse that. So, on the bright side, my brother saved like $130. On the negative side, my sister doesn't know what that's going to do to her insurance. Girl math, I'm just girl. Sorry, I had to do the girl. Wait, what? But yeah, that's basically what happened. He's just relieved that he doesn't have to. He got some of the money back at the very least. Which I would have been happy with that too. I'm like, oh my god, any sort of reimbursement would be much better than no reimbursement. And then, oh, by the way, aside from that, before my brother like showed up and kind of just interrupted us, like I was just hanging out with my mom and my sister. My sister and my mom have been super into like making sourdough like recipes, especially with pizza. Like they've been seriously trying to like they've been getting all in that, and being who I am, they have to drag me in as well. So I was just hanging out at home, and my mom and my sister were like in the kitchen, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they're like we're making sourdough pizza. And I'm like, oh, again? By the way, this is like the third time they made pizza. This is my third time they made pizza like this week. Like they did it Sunday, and then they did it Tuesday, and then they did it yesterday. And I'm like, are you guys just going to eat pizza like the entire week? And they're like, if we have to. I'm like, oh my god. In financial audit, someone used that exact same line to excuse a poor financial decision. Yep. Your sister as well, not just your mom, my sister as well. Why they've been really into like the sourdough. And so so they were just making it, and my mom was actually looking through, like, she actually had a recipe that she found on the internet, and I'm like, look, I was like looking, I'm like, where did you get these like recipes? She's like, I got them off of TikTok. I'm like my mom's a TikTok girl. My mom's a TikTok girl. Like, she every single time she tells me anything about anything, she always ends it with, that's what it said on the TikTok. I'm like, were you listening to TikTok? The sourdough craze is just like yeast that multiplies. Yeah, I've actually seen it. My mom absolutely loves seeing that. So like every single time she's like making sourdough, she always like burst into my room, and she's like, Aire, look. I'm like, what? And she she would like drag me out of my room, and then she would like pull me over to where the oven is, and she's like, look. I'm like, what am I looking at? It's like, look, it's growing. I'm like, what? She's like, look, and she has like 2 jars of like white stuff in in the oven, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is that? And she's like, that's the sourdough. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on? Is something wrong? She's like, no. This morning it was like flat under the jar, and now look at it, it's like halfway through it. I'm like, oh, that's neat. And I'm like, okay. Alright, the break, dude. She might be getting brain rotted. I know. me and my brother, we've already been aware of this. You can actually use a camera to record it over time and watch it back as it grows. Yeah, that's what my mom has been doing. She enjoys watching it grow and the whole process. She absolutely loves it. And she always has to bring me in order to show me. I'm like, yep, just like the other 5, 6, 7 times that you've made sourdough. And so here's the thing. The reason why my mom is going really crazy with her sourdough is because at the moment she can't really eat almost any other kind of bread. Yeah, she was telling me about it the other day. She was telling me that there's certain properties in other bread that makes her feel unwell. And she can eat a little bit, but for the majority, she can't really eat that much. So she's been cooking sourdough more because it's the only kind of bread that she can eat. And she's saying that she's enjoying it because she's just really having a lot of fun making all sorts of recipes. And the process is just really fun. And to a point where yesterday, she had me actually helping her make some of the pizza. So I was just right there. I was rolling up the dough. I was smashing it. I was rolling it about. And I'm like, oh my God. I never thought I would have to do this ever again. And my mom's like, oh yeah, didn't you used to do this a couple years ago? I'm like, yes. Yes. And my arms always hurt every single day. Back when I was a pizza delivery gal, I also had to help with making some of the dough for the pizzas, which was hard. You don't understand how hard it is when 1, you're very short, and 2, you're not that strong. Some of the other employees made it look super easy because they would just grab it and they would just punch it down. And they were like, bam, 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 bam. And then I'm like, what am I looking at? And at first, when I first saw it, I thought it was easy. I'm like, okay. And so one of my coworkers, she's like, okay, this is what you got to do. I'm like, okay. And I was started pressing. I'm like, oh my God, why is this so thick? And she's like, yeah. You're yeah. You put more force into it. I'm like, I'm trying. I was barely taller than the counter. And I was literally putting my entire body weight into pressing. And she's like, you have to push it harder. I'm like, I'm trying. And you know what was really degrading? My manager, she showed up. She was like, maybe this will help. She actually got a little box, those crates for sodas or something like that. She actually got 2 of those. She stacked them right in front of me, where it was kind of low enough for me to kind of put my whole body weight better. And so I was doing that. And then I'm like, is that how it works? And they're just laughing at me. They're like, yes, that's exactly how it works. I'm like, no. This is horrible. This is so horrible. Why do I have to deal with this? And so I'm never making this again, by the way. I did have to do it every once in a while, but for the most part, I absolutely just refuse to do something like that ever again. I'm never doing that in front of anybody ever again. And I've actually had to do that a few times. There was a person in the shop who watched me from a corner, and he laughed at me. I'm like, okay, just ignore it. This may sound bad. When I worked for McDonald's as an opener grill, I also did prep or maintenance. I had to make so many breakfast burritos. No, I kind of had to do the exact same thing myself. I was occasionally opening, and then sometimes I would actually spend more time working because other people would either call off or they would just have some sort of weird reason as to why they had to leave. And so I'm like, well, more money for me, I guess. And that's pretty much how it usually went. Like I would get more deliveries, I would take more deliveries, etc., etc. But yeah, I would like prepare like a lot of the ingredients. I would take things out of the bag. I would move around like the ingredients in the freezer. And then I would also have to wash dishes, fill up the marinara sauce cans. I would do all of that. I had to be very smart with the marinara sauce cans because they were really big. They were huge. And it took a lot just for me to like carry it. It got a little easier as I got a little bit more experience with it. And then afterwards, like I just got like, I got kind of used to it. I'm like, okay, dun. Yep, I got the privilege of my official schedule being 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. That sounds like a good schedule, to be honest. Like for me, like I actually went, like there were many times where I had to open and I had to close. So it would be like around, I would have to get into the shop at like 10 a.m. It was either 10 or 9, I don't remember. It was such a long time ago. It was like around 10 a.m. and then the shop opened at like 11, either 10:30 or 11, I don't remember. But so I had to have everything prepared like by that time, which honestly wasn't all that, it wasn't all that complicated. I was just, and then I would go from 10 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m., 2 a.m. Yeah, my store actually stayed open till 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't know why, but hey, I still got some orders in. So yeah, I basically spent like maybe 12 hours like at the store. I'm guessing a lot of food safety trial dishes. But yeah, that was basically it. And I also had to close. So it was usually me and like another in-store person. The in-store person would make the pizzas, and then I would just be preparing all the, taking out the pizzas, delivering, and then doing some other stuff. Where you cook something and the temperature checked it. Oh, that was not me. That was the in-store. All I did was grab the pizzas and then I would just go. For the most part, at the very least. That's usually how it went. Like there were a lot of times where I just didn't have the luxury to even really check all that much. Oh my goodness, the number of times I've seen people like absolutely break down, like in that line of work, it was actually surprising, to be honest. Like there was like 3 people that I knew that had total meltdowns in the shop. They would either be in the freezer, like just crying and sobbing, or they would be in the sink in the back, crying and sobbing. And honestly, I actually had like my frustrating moments as well. This was like during my first year doing pizza delivery, and I had like some breakdowns as well. I'm like, no, I messed up again. And yeah, I was literally, I was almost on the verge of tears, and I got really stressed out to the point where I'm like I was super meticulous about every single thing that I took. And then one of my coworkers, this old guy, was actually like, you know what? You did a lot better than a lot of other people did. And like during their first year, I'm like, did I? And he's like, yeah, like people would break down and they would cry. They just wouldn't be able to handle it. And then they would quit. But you kind of just figured it out after a while. I'm like, there was literally nothing else I could have done. Either I figured it out, or I basically just didn't figure it out. That was pretty much it. I'm like I had to figure it out. But yeah, during my second year, we actually had enough regulars where I didn't even need to put in like the GPS anymore. I would look at the address on the computer, And I'm like, I know that place. I would grab the delivery, and then I would just go. And yep. And then I kept surprising a lot of the customers. They're like, wow, that was really quick. It just said that you just left the shop. I'm like, oh yeah, I know where you guys live. I've been here like multiple times already. And she's like, wow. Like, yeah, thank you. That was really fast. And they like my regular customers actually tipped me more than anything else. Like, it wasn't always a lot, usually like $2-3, but yeah, that was like, those guys, they always tipped me because I was always really fast about it. And then, oh my goodness, there was one person that was infamous in our shop, one customer, and his name was Steve. Literally his name was Steve. It sounds like an alias, but no, that was literally his name. Everybody knew him. Everybody knows his shenanigans. Like, every single time he would order the exact same thing, like a pepperoni pizza, and he would always ask for cheese packets, pepper, exactly like a few napkins, some plates, and I think he asked for a cup. And then he would also have like a 2-liter soda. And what was the other thing he asked for? I think he asked for something else, but I don't remember. But yeah, like he ordered the exact same thing every single time. And I got to the point where I was like wondering, I'm like why does he always order the exact same thing? I would get him like every, like probably twice a week. Well, everybody else would also get like maybe once or twice a week. And I'm like, why does he always order the exact same thing? And like, do you guys know why he always orders from here? It's like, they're like, oh, we think he probably has like connections to like some of the higher ups in like the company. I'm like, really? Like, we don't know. Like, he always orders from here. And then like, if you don't get like exactly what he wants, then he complains about it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like every single time he did like his tip, he always rounded to the nearest dollar, like every single time. So if the order was like $21.59, he would round it up to $22. So he would just give you like the change. That was your tip. I'm like, oh, gee, thanks. And like he was also very meticulous about it too. Like, he would give the exact change. I'm like, oh my god, okay. 41 cents. Yeah, like whatever the rounded up one, like, number was, like, it was always different. So whatever it was, like, he would just round it up. When I opened, I cooked half of a tray of each dish and set them out for manager to measure. We couldn't do that. Yeah. Like, if anything, the only thing that was prepared was, at least that was prepared to be cooked, was the dough. Like, we always had to like beat out the dough and then like roll it up. Like, those were the things that were always prepared. Everything else, it was in the make line, it was sealed shut, and then, yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, it would always have to be fresh. So, like, when an order popped up, let's say it was like chicken, parmesan, or whatever the heck, they would just start making it. They would grab one size of the dough. They would pass it through the make line. One person would like put the chicken, put the cheese, the marinara sauce, etc., etc. And then they would just throw it into the oven. The oven would cook in like maybe 10-ish minutes, 5-10 minutes. And then the person on the other side of the oven would grab it. They would put it in a box, and then they would slice it up and then throw it up onto like the heating tray. And then whoever was delivering just went there, took it, and then left. Cooked to order for you guys. Yep, pretty much. Like, that was the whole point of the make line. Like, basically, it was like it's basically just an assembly line, except for food. So that's how it always was, and it wasn't too bad. Like, after a while, like, you kind of understood how to like do everything. Like, but like I think like the the first year is usually kind of brutal on some people that are barely learning. It was for me. Like it was for me. It was not fun. It was always like very brutal. I remember I got specialty drinks, like iced coffee for free. It was the barter for doing maintenance tasks for the underage maintenance guy. I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Like for us, we would always be able to get whatever leftovers were on the heating tray. There was actually one time when somebody made a prank order on us, where all they asked for was a gluten-free pizza, no cheese, no marinara sauce, no toppings, just the gluten-free crust. And so one of the what was it called? One of the in-store workers, they actually just threw the gluten-free crust into the oven, and they brought it out, and they're like, the manager's like, why did you cook this? And they're like, it was on the order. And they're like, so they checked the order, and obviously the address was fake. The name was obviously fake, and he's like, yeah, this is a fake order. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then towards the end of that night, we were actually looking at it. I'm like, what's this? And someone's like, oh, that was a fake order somebody made. Apparently they just asked for the gluten-free pizza with nothing on it. And I'm like, oh, what does gluten-free even taste like? He's like, I don't know. Never eaten it before. I'm like, neither have I. And so we opened up the pizza, and it was literally just a cracker. It was literally just a burnt cracker. That's what it was. So I open, I take a little piece, and I chew on it. I'm like, num 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 num. Like it just tastes like a cracker. Like it tastes like a tasteless cracker. It was like, yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting some sort of flavor to it. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of tasteless. Like, why did anybody want this? They're like, it was just a crank call. I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. There was one instance where I thought somebody made a crank order as well, but this is the reason. So it was a regular pizza. I think it was what was it called again? I think it was a supreme pizza. So somebody ordered a supreme, and in the side it said that they wanted 10 fettuccine peppers. And you might be wondering, wow, 10, that's a lot. Why do they want 10 peppers? It wasn't 10 peppers. It was 40. It was 40 peppers that they ordered. Here's the thing. Every order of fettuccine peppers were in multiples of 4. So this person ordered 10 orders of fettuccine peppers. So in turn, they asked for 40. So here I am. I'm just putting these peppers in a plastic wrap, and it was a huge plastic wrap on top of the pizza. And so I made my way over to where they were at, and I arrive, and I'm like, hi, I have your pizza here. And they're like, oh, thank goodness. I'm like, I was surprised how many fettuccine peppers you ordered. And so I gave them the receipt. They're like, oh yeah, but it's fine. I really like fettuccine peppers. I'm like, you must really love them a lot to order so many. They're like, is there really that many? I only ordered 10. I'm like, it wasn't just 10. I called the pizza out, and on top of it was a large, plastic, foil, the tin foil. And they're like, wait, what's that? And I'm like, those are your fettuccine peppers. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, yep. For every one order of fettuccine peppers, it's an order of 4. So you just asked for 40 fettuccine peppers? They're like, oh, I did not know that. I'm like, yeah. Well, and they're like, well, it's a good thing I really like them. I'm like, yeah, you got a whole lot for the week. Pizza with literally everything on it. Mushrooms, olives, pepperoni, sausage. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep, that's, it was really something. I wonder how they, like, went through that whole week with that many peppers. Like, it always confounded me. I'm like, how did people, like, really go through all their food? However, I do remember there were, like, a few instances where we got, like, orders of, like, oh, my order is bad, etc., etc. And, like, they're like, I need a replacement or a redo. And so, like, during that time, there was, like, a ton of these orders. Like, every single time I would, like, show up, I'm like, hey, I got your replacement. I need your previous order in order to return it. And they're like, oh, okay. And, like, as soon, I'm, like, getting, like, the pizza out, and they, like, immediately reach for it, grab it. I'm like, what? And then they just throw, like, the boxes at me. And I'm like, this thing's empty. It's empty. Oh my God. And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna open the door. I'm like, oh my God. And so I come back and I'm like, yeah, it's empty. And they're like, oh my God, again. Like, yeah, it's completely empty. They ate the entire meal. They're like, I can't possibly eat this. And, like, the whole thing is empty. Of course. Like, this happens all the time. It was usually a specific race that always did this. They would always do that. And to the point where, like, I kind of got used to, like, if somebody made an order and they're like, trying to, like, get a replacement for their meals, I would always, like, leave the bag in my car, and then I would ask for the order first because I didn't want that sort of thing to happen again. So I told them, like, yeah, I got your order. It's in the car. I just need the previous order first. And they're like, oh, well, can you give me the pizza first? I'm like, nope. No. And they're like, why not? Like, I have to confirm that you did not eat, like, the pizza. They're like, but I asked for a replacement. I'm like, don't matter. And they're like, I actually had one person kind of, like, cuss me off because of that. Sir Rose, don't tell me it was a brother. I actually don't know. Like, I don't know the specific. All I know that they had dark skin. Like, it was always a dark-skinned person that did it. Like, I don't know the specific, but yep, it was always a dark-skinned person. Whole family. Like, They thought they could cheat us, but, like, the company eventually was like, okay, new policy, we can't do that anymore. Just be sure if they've eaten, like, over, like, half the pizza or half the meal, then they can't get a replacement. And so, yep, I had about 10 people try to do the exact same thing. Like, afterwards, like, so many people try to pull this thing off. I'm like, no. Like, sometimes they actually do succeed. If it wasn't with me, it was, like, with some of the other people. And they were like some of the people, some of the newer drivers, they wouldn't know about, like, that policy. And so I would have to teach them. I'm like, okay, like, you see how this is empty? Yeah, they can't return it if they've eaten more than half of the pizza. And they're like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, well, now you do. Shake my head. They're doing us bad. Yep. Like, it's not even just that group. It's like every other group. There's always like the bad people, the bad actors that just makes everybody look bad. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I tangent so far from that. So yeah, like, this weekend, my mom and my sister are planning on making more pizza. Oh I'm like, oh my god, why are you guys making so much pizza? Oh, by the way, my mom, she actually made a Domino's style pizza. Yeah, she had like garlic salt and everything, and it was really crazy because it was actually kind of funny. So my mom and my sister had like two extremes of the pendulum when it came to like making their pizzas. So my sister, hers was well cooked, and it didn't really have that much flavor on it. It wasn't bad or it wasn't tasteless, but it didn't have a whole lot of flavor. And then my mom, she undercooked hers by just a little bit, and she put way too much flavor on it. So one was not too salty, and then the other one was too salty. Yep. And I was like eating my mom's pizza. I'm like, wait, why does this taste familiar? Like, it kind of tastes like Domino's pizza. And she's like, yeah, that was the recipe that I was using. I'm like, oh, you put too much salt in it. Like, it was way too much salt. It was kind of overpowering. And honestly, after eating it, I felt so dehydrated. And my brother, she basically made my brother like finish eating the pizza. No, like, yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah, you have to finish the pizza. But yeah, that was what we were doing yesterday. Other than that, we kind of just continued with the wash along. Poor Lex. Well, he didn't have to eat that much. But here's the thing, though. So he actually, my sister actually used sourdough out. Yep. Well, it's not even the sourdough. It was just really salty for him. He even said that. He's like, wow, this is really salty. Like, honestly, you didn't really take, like, the pizza that they made this time, you couldn't really taste any of the sourness in the dough. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. It's not that sour. Like, the bread tasted like bread. The bread tasted like bread. That's all there was to it. I'm like, huh. Much different from the pizza from Sunday. And then even more so from Monday. Who likes the honorary GD? What's a GD? Much better garbage disposal. Yeah, we do treat him like that most of the time. Like, not that he really minds. Like, we basically been like that for as long as I've been alive. Other than that, what else has been going on recently? Honestly, I can't remember. Like, I was thinking of like some things, and then I just can't remember. I actually... Okay, one thing that happened, I think it was on Tuesday. Tuesday, my sister actually dropped by and dropped off her dog. I don't know why. Like, I genuinely don't know why. Because yesterday she came by. Same reason. She wanted some pizza. Man, she came by and she picked up her dog in order to take him to the vet. And she said that she'll probably bring him back. I'm like, why'd you even leave him here in the first place? Like, so apparently, her dog was having like, some issues where he was like vomiting blood. He was pooping blood. He was just having problems. This dog, the old fella you had to pick up before. Yeah, he was the old one. Like, he's been having like all sorts of issues. None that we actually saw. None that we actually seen, because the thing is, my dog, or our dog, Artemis, has been in heat. So the first thing they did was basically they started doing the Macarena. Like, that was the first thing they did. And according to my brother, that's all they did for the entire night. and he was getting angry. I actually remember like waking up once because I woke up. I heard a shout, like I just heard like a shout. I couldn't really discern what was said. I'm like, what was that? And then I'm like, I kind of just roll over and kind of just fell back to sleep. And then later, my brother was telling me, he's like, yeah, they just would not stop doing the Macarena. Like, all throughout the night. He's like, he told me he woke up like 8, 7, and like 8 or 9 times. He was like, I'm tired. So yeah, he wasn't even awake for the watch along. It was just me. It was just me yesterday. Like he was just on his bed. He was just like kind of like laying down with his head towards like the PC, and he was just quietly asleep. I say quietly, but honestly, even that day with the snores, he was a little bit more quieter than he usually is. But yeah, like he was just dead asleep throughout the entire day. He's like they just wouldn't stop. Well, he was talking like one of those disgruntled like World War II vets. They're like they just kept coming. They just wouldn't stop. Like it was just really funny just listening to him. So yeah, that was like that happened. And my sister picked him up yesterday for the vet, and she actually never brought him back. And that actually kind of makes me a little bit worried, because she took him to the vet and she said she would bring him back, but like she didn't bring him back. And now I'm a little worried. I'm like, did something happen to little Churro? Poor little dog. Like I kind of hope nothing happened, but like it still makes me a little bit worried. Like I just haven't had a whole lot of time to call her. I also don't want to call her, because if it was like, if something actually happened, I'm a little afraid to kind of like hear it. I thought of a bad joke. He may be old, but he's got some stamina. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like she was asking us. She's like, did he poop? Did he just see anyone? True, I thought that one. Oh no, that's not him. No, that one is Logan. No, this is my other sister's dog. Chiro is a little black dog. Yep. Like he's the one that's usually like barking in the back. like I don't know if you were here when Chiro was usually like around, but usually he was the one that's like barking in the background. Like whenever he was here, he was like always barking in the background. And then Artemis would join him too. Well, honestly, he's such a bad influence on Artemis. Like everything he does, like she kind of emulates. She kind of does that with like all the other dogs. Honestly, when her mom was still alive, her mom did the exact same thing. Like whenever anybody showed up, like going through the backyard, or like the alleyway in the back, she always like ran out and barked at them. Like whenever anybody passed like the front yard, she would also run out and start barking at them. And not only that, but she also had a habit of like just eating anything that moved. Oh. Well, there was actually one moment where my sister Bellatrix actually had a rabbit. She actually had a rabbit in the backyard, and every single time Evie looked at the rabbit, she was salivating. She would always be salivating. She'd look at the rabbit and she would be like, nom, 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 nom. If you left her alone with a rabbit, that rabbit would probably not survive. So yeah, that was one funny thing about Evie. Like oh my god. Okay, one thing that happened with me and Evie. So this was back when I was in high school, and me and my brother, we were in our rooms and we were playing a game, and Evie just suddenly showed up in the room. She was just walking, she like shows up. She like happily like jumps into my arms and like while I'm playing, I'm like, what did it say, Evie? And then she spat something out. I'm like, what? And I looked at my lap. There was a dead rat. And I'm like, I completely freaked out. I'm like, I just like dropped it onto the ground. I'm like, ew. And so I immediately just run out the room. I go into the bathroom and I like washing my clothes. I basically had to go to the other room and change my shirt and my pants. I'm like, I'm not wearing this. My brother had the misfortune of actually getting rid of the rats. I saw a rabbit outside my apartment Tuesday. Cats do something similar. She was just feeding you. I don't know why she did it. It's like she's done that a few times. But yeah, that was like the first time she ever did it. She just showed up, gave me like the rat, and I'm like, yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's a rat, but it was basically a mouse. It was like a tiny little thing, and I'm like, I just freaked out afterwards. I'm like, oh my god. But here's the thing. Like, after that, whenever we had like some sort of mouse issue or anything like that, we would always ask for Evie to like kind of like stay for a couple of days because she would always take care of it. Like my older sister, she had a cat, but that cat wasn't much of a cat. It wasn't much of a cat. It didn't know how to hunt. Like unlike the cat, unlike the cat Evie, Evie actually hunted, and she would always get rid of the rodents and stuff. So yeah, like that would be like the whole thing. Like whenever we had like some sort of pest or rodent, we would always get Evie. We'd be like, hey, Bellatrix, can we have Evie for like a couple days? I think we have like a mouse somewhere in the house. And she's like, yeah, you can keep her for a couple days. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then like after a few days, she would always solve the problem. And be like, yeah, good girl. Well, then we would give her back. So yeah. Anywho, that was like, oh my goodness, that was quite the tangent. And all we were really talking about was like pizza. Imagine, like rodent flavored pizza. I mean, I was like, you eat rodents all the time. Anywho, let me see. Where is it? There you are. Bump. And then... Oh, there it is. Bum. Alrighty then. So, we're gonna be watching Spraggle's review on the new cards. I'm a little curious. To see what's his take on some of the new cards. Are you guys ready? Let me go ahead and turn that off. Here we go. All right.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are, the brand new set announcement for Pocket. It is called Everyday Wonders. We're going to watch it together and then try to break down as many of the cards as we can. Let's take a look. Everyday Wonders. A picnic? No, you don't get to have that every day. Pikachu.
It's Pikachu, 2 energy Electro Ball.
Sylveon with Soothing Ribbon.
Oh, wait, hold up. Let's see, Soothing Ribbon. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. Oh, that's it. That's actually pretty good. A 30 healing Sylveon. Magical shot.
With...
Not only that, but it doesn't need to be in the active spot, does it? Yeah, it doesn't need to be in the active spot, so you can have 2 in the back row. And you're just healing 30 damage. That's actually pretty good. Public good starter. Gen 4 had nice designs. The only thing that Sinnoh had that a lot of people just didn't like was the the second edition of a firefighting Pokemon. That was the thing that people didn't really like. Like, because Blaziken was a firefighting, and then the trend continued for quite a while, where Gen 5 had the firefighting, and then I think it was like 3 generations straight with firefighting. And it's like, why?
Soothing Ribbon, a Piplup. Oh my gosh.
Till Gen 6. Yep, Gen
It's
6.
a cute set, guys.
Gen 6 had Gen 6 had Delphox, didn't it? It was like fire psychic, wasn't it?
Cute set territory. Today.
Oh, then Ditto Circuit. This attack does 40 damage for each Pokemon tool attached to all your Pokemon. Ooh, wait, that means you can do... Wait, 40 times 4. If you have a full set of 4 Pokemon tools, then this thing does... This does 160 damage. That's actually kind of... My math is right? Yeah, 160 damage. Wow. But yeah, 160 damage on this for 2 energy. That's actually pretty scary. Like, this could be a very interesting kind of like tool set for this deck. Only 2 energy.
NAEX. Was that Puppy Loving Girl? Growlithe, Yamper, Fido, Rockruff. Puppy Loving Girl, Small Balloon. This set's given cute. There's Greedent, as we talked about. A new Snorlax for the set. Slowpoke, Quagsire. Hisuian Lilligant, Hisuian Gudra, Hisuian Zoroark EX. Let's go.
It's a normal type? Interesting.
Diane, dude, I was just
Mega
talking
Diancie.
with, who was it in the community about Mega Diancie? Vitamin Stein. Wow. Okay. Everyday Wonders, June 30th. So it's coming very soon. Let's take a look at all these cards as we can go, right? This is definitely, I mean, they're going full on cute for this one. This is the cutest set that we've had in the entire game. Let's take a look at each card together. I want a little volume. Cute. I just don't want it. I don't want
Hisuian Zoroark is a normal ghost.
Oh, okay. 2 for 40 is usually pretty rough, right? Unless you're moving into something powerful. 2 for 40.
Honestly, I think this is just for collector's purposes. I don't think this is ever going to be used for like competitive ever. There's no way anybody using this competitively.
I think it's quite rough. However, with lightning, you can get that damage up there pretty fast. I always find 2 for 40 to be not my favorite. Sylveon with Soothing Ribbon. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. So the cool thing about this is you put any tool on this Sylveon and you could just heal from the bench to any Pokemon 30 damage every turn.
Yeah, not bad.
That's pretty sick. 2 colorless for 60, by the way.
By the way, you can actually put this in, you could probably put this in a Mega Audino deck in order to make it even more invincible. Like, it was already invincible before, but now it's even more invincible.
That's not bad. Piplup. Bubble Beam, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Obviously, I'm most interested in where does Piplup go from this. The art is obviously very cute for all of these.
Yeah, it's adorable. I love it. Which is like
the whole vibe of the set.
I love the Sylveon and the Piplup. Those ones are really adorable.
Dedenne EX, 120 for a basic with.
I am very curious to see it. Yeah, I'm very curious to see like the alt arts for this one.
Dede Circuit. This attack does 40 damage for each Pokemon tool attached to all of your Pokemon. So, I mean, for 2 energy, this could do 160, right? If you could attach enough tools. It's an absurd amount of damage. However, it also is an EX that gets one-shot by just about everything. So there's that. And fighting is really good right now. So that's tough. Although it does do a lot of damage for very little energy. But now you've got to run a ton of tools in a lightning deck. And this whole set's around tools. I wonder if Guzma's making a comeback with this.
Guzma.
Growlithe, Puppy Pile. Oh, we have multiple Puppy Pile. Dude, there's
Puppy
the
Pile.
Puppy Pile from, who has Puppy Pile right now?
Mirror Match?
It's not
Probably.
Lillipup, is it? Someone has Puppy Pile, and it was like, at some point, we're going to get more Puppy Pile Pokemon. Well, here we are.
Oh my goodness, look how adorable that Growlithe is. It's so cute. I love it. The Emperor, I'll be honest, I never really liked the Emperor. What does the Puppy Pile even do anyways? Reveal all of your Pokemon in play and in your hand that have Puppy Pile attack. And this attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon you reveal this way. Ah, interesting. Guzma, oh yeah, Guzma. Okay, yeah, Guzma is, it's not what you said. Well, it's not what you said. I just remembered who he was by, like, the written out name. Guzma in the game, takes away all the items from your opponent's Pokemon. So it makes a lot of sense if people are gonna go Dedenne, people might start running Guzma again in order to get rid of all of the Pokemon tools. And if you do that, the Dedenne is basically useless.
Puppy Pile, reveal all your Pokemon in play and in your hand that have Puppy Pile. And this attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon. You just fill your deck with puppies. And you do an insane amount of damage with Puppy Pile.
He's evil team leader, so he steals items.
Really
yeah.
Fido and Rockruff.
More puppies.
It's a Puppy Pile day, guys. You fill.
Oh, look at the Rockruff. It wants to go outside, but it's raining.
Your entire deck is just filled with nonsense. And Puppy Loving Girl, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Put all the Pokemon you find there that have Puppy Pile. This is,
oh my goodness.
They have designed this entire deck, the whole supporter, the whole deck, is just complete, absolute nonsense. It's just full on
That is
Puppy.
so funny. I think some people will probably play this just for the funny.
The cost of the basic Pokemon this card is attached to is 1 less. Okay, so we've got, obviously
that's not too bad
for stage 2s. Basically, now we have the small balloon.
Dress the Rockruff in a
the cool thing about
dog
this is
poncho.
with so many cards
that would be so cute.
Focused around tools. This is an easy tool that you could attach and move things around and get some of the value you're looking for. Greedent, 130 HP, collapse, 100 damage. This Pokemon's now asleep. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I think that's just fill a card.
Sleep is not ideal, obviously. There are ways around putting yourself to sleep. There are multiple cards, like obviously pairing this with things like Comfey, pairing this with things like Teal Mask Ogerpon. And, given that we have a sleep meta, everything puts you to sleep anyway. So I guess it's fine to go to bed. New Snorlax, massive body is the ability. As long as this Pokemon's in the active spot, your opponent can't play any stadium cards from this hand. Wow.
Interesting.
And, with Barry, you put 1 energy on this and it swings for 70. So this is actually kind of a cool card. 3 for 70 is a lot, right? But 1 for 70 with Barry is actually pretty good, and it shuts down
that's right, Barry. I forgot about that.
There, which can really frustrate your opponent. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, this could actually win games if you start off with Barry. Rockruff, a yellow poncho, small little dog, rain boots, and the yellow hat. Yeah, I think the Snorlax could be used in like some OTK decks with Barry. Like if you start off with Barry and you're going second, you start off with Snorlax, your opponent can't place a stadium card, and they're not going to be able to attack if they don't have any other Pokemon. 70 damage usually KOs a lot of starter Pokemon.
New Slowpoke, Growl, yeah, boo. Quagsire has Amnesia. It's obviously a
Amnesia.
stage 1, 3 for 60. One of your opponent's active Pokemon attacks is chosen at random during the next turn. They can't use the chosen attack. I do
Interesting.
like this. I do like what it's up to. I don't know that it's...
I don't know if it will actually be used, but it is very funny if people... Like, it could be used in a very funny deck if people really want to use it.
Going to be that amazing. I mean, 3 energy is a ton, especially with fighting energy. You can get 1 colorless on it.
Amnesia is a move in games that sharply raises special defense. Yeah, I know.
Hisuian Lilligant. Dress up, 40 damage. If this Pokemon has a tool attached, it does 20 more. So 60 for 1, right?
Wow, because I was good stall on it with it.
That does 50. This feels like not ideal, you know? At least the cool thing about a grass card is you get attach a Leaf Cape, and now you've actually got an insane amount of HP. But, okay. Hisuian Gudra. Let's see.
Hisuian.
150 HP.
Oh, so it's an actual
ability,
slug.
Securely sheltered. If any damage is done to this Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon takes minus 80 from that attack. However, of course, it's a dragon, so it's dual energy. Water, metal, and colorless. The cool thing about water is there are tons of ways to get water energy. Metal, a little bit with Earthworm and things like that.
Yeah, there's some alternatives.
Too. The minus 80 isn't bad, and 150 HP isn't bad either. And 120 damage. You know, this thing is actually like, as most dragons are in this game, it's actually kind of good for a dragon. You know?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Minus 80 on a coin flip is not
Gudra
terrible
is a steel dragon in games. The shell is the steel shell.
It's a dragon. Yeah. Hisuian Zoroark EX. All right, I wanted to see the stage 1, obviously. 150
What does it do?
Spiteful Illusion. 80 damage for 3 colorless, and 20 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Wow. This is actually...
So this is a game closer, isn't it? So you can have stage 2 Pokemon on the field, get them knocked out, and then you just have the Hisuian Zoroark come out, and with 20 damage for each Pokemon in the discard pile. If you have stage 2 Pokemon, and if you actually fully evolve them, that would be 6 Pokemon each. So that would give you 120 damage, 200 damage maximum. Or you can just do like the rare candy situations, and you could get either a rare candy, or you can just have stage 2 Pokemon like Hisuian Zoroarks, and you could just get 80 additional damage. That puts you to 180. Not 180, 160. Can you discard cards in Pokemon TCG? There are some ways of getting rid of some Pokemon, but they're not that consistent. Like, one way is that there's some Pokemon that do have effects where it forces you to discard, like Flygon is a good example, where Flygon, if you attack with Flygon, then it discards a card from the top of your deck, but it's not guaranteed to discard a Pokemon. Like, I can't remember if there's specifically cards in the game that makes you discard a card. Like, just any card in your hand or something. But everything else that I can think of off the top of my head requires you to just randomly discard a card from the top of your deck or something.
This could be really strong. There are tons of ways. Like, this feels like... there are cards that play like this. Obviously, the Graveyard that we had a little while back plays like this.
It's interesting. It's starting to look like they're bumping up like the damage cap. Like there was actually like a whole thing about this where the damage cap was 140, and now it looks like it's going up to 160.
This is pretty cool. this could be really strong because you could set up a lot of situations where there are a bunch of Pokemon in your discard, and Hisuian Zoroark is hitting for insane damage. Like think of a few things. Like you could be using
I've used
Graveard,
Basculin
you
Zevo
could be
before.
using
Basculin.
Gorgeist or something like that discards your own cards. You could be using.
It's not the one that looks like a sardine, is it? Like I don't know how else to explain it. It kind of looks like one of those really long fish that kind of like I don't know how to explain it. But I think I'm probably thinking of a different fish.
What is that? I'm blanking on the other one where you're discard. Oh, you
It
can
is
use
like
a
a bass.
Glamora. So you
Okay.
get Glamora in the active spot, the Glamora in the recent set. Lose that Glamora, right? And then that's still, those are Pokemon in your discard pile, but you didn't lose any points for them. And Hisuian Zoroark is now coming in swinging for a ton of damage. And given that it has colorless energy, this
You
thing
know what?
is
That is
super
true.
splashable. There's so many decks you can put it in. A few of the drawbacks, obviously, it's a stage 1, so you've got to get that online. I don't think that's going to be the end of the world, right? But, you got to get a stage 1 online. However, a lot of the decks I talked about are all stage 1, so Sightseer combos really well. Wow, this thing actually, the more I think about it, could be really cool. Sightseer combos really well with this and other decks that would love to have this card in there. You could discard a ton, and yeah, I mean, if you have 6 cards in your discard, 6 Pokemon in your discard, this thing is swinging for 200 damage. That is not a ton of Pokemon
damage
to be in your discard pile. That is not absurd at all. Zoroark actually looks, I don't know, this thing looks really cool.
It has 150 HP, so it's not like there's some Pokemon that could probably knock it out. And like, yeah, 150 is not a huge hurdle. I mean, it's basically the same as Terrapargos or whatever it's called, the turtle. And I've been able to deal with it pretty easily.
The drawbacks are the meta's fast, the meta's sleepy, which is a fun. It's fast, guys. It's fast, but it's also very sleepy. This is a cool card. This could be really strong. Really strong. I want to see the lines into it too. And then Diancie EX, our mega from the set. We have 170 HP, Brilliant Storm,
170?
40
all right.
damage. It does 20 more damage for each psychic energy.
And it's all colorless. Interesting. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my, wait, what? Oh my god, this thing is actually kind of crazy. You pair this up with Mega Gardevoir, and this thing's going to hit for a lot of energy. Yeah, because it Mega Gardevoir gives you 3 energy for every time it attacks. And then this, like, so you basically get like 4 energy a turn. And so, like, 1 activation of Mega Gardevoir, and this thing's already hitting for well, Mega Gardevoir needs 2 energy. So that would be 2, and then you would have 5. So next turn, it's hitting for 140, 160 if you just attach like the energy. You, Birdly! Hi. Hi, Blooms. How's it going? You having a good week? How are you doing? Yeah, welcome. We're just looking at some Pokemon cards right now. And yeah, there's some interesting Pokemon cards coming up in the new set.
Oh my gosh. Dude. Mega Diancie and Mega Gardevoir, what an insane combination,
goodness.
Right? I mean, you can
We
do this
shared
a
the
few
same
different
brain
ways. You
cell.
can just easily power this with
Also, it's a basic Pokemon, guys. That means like as soon as you get it, there you go. It's live. All you have to do is set up Gardevoir, and that's it.
Giratina as well. You're just powering Diancie and Giratina at the same time.
Oh my goodness, Giratina as well. Oh my god, I did not think of that. Well, you get like the energy on Giratina, and then like you can just use Giratina as a wall, and then you can just power up like Mega Gardevoir, and then you could just switch out the Giratina and all that. There's so many ways to kind of just make this work. Shader, Same Brain Cell, you guys got 3-4 of the Brain Cell now. Oh my god. Hanging in there. Oh, what happened?
20 more damage for each psychic energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So it
All
could be
of them.
so strong. If Mega Gardevoir also, if you get Mega Gardevoir in, Mega Diancie is a basic, right? You have a basic, you have Plaza, you move this around easily, you just get it away from damage. You can even throw a Poncho on it if you need to protect it on the bench. You're keeping Meloetta in the active spot. You get Mega.
Why does this guy kind of sound like me, but in a lower octave? Does he?
Gardevoir in, you're attacking with Mega Gardevoir. You are using Diantha to peel damage off of Mega Gardevoir, so it's safe.
I'm not hearing it. Maybe I just need to listen to your voice
After
again.
it's in there fighting, you're just stacking psychic energy everywhere, and depending on how much damage Diancie is looking to do here, you don't even Diantha, you just peel back Gardevoir, move in, so you keep more psychic energy on the board, and you attack for absurd damage. You can get a lot of psychic energy on the board.
It sometimes sounds like me.
Outside of Mega Gardevoir,
was
you
that
can
me?
base form Gardevoir too, and just like power. You can
Maybe I need to listen closer.
Reuniclus, like power in the active spot, get insanely tanky, and then eventually just retreat it, but also like kind of use Reuniclus's bulk and all of that psychic energy you've created to attack with Brilliant Storm. This is a cool combo.
Hi, Mizu. How's it going? You having a good day? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Very much appreciated. How's your Thursday been? Are you having a good Thursday? Been having a good week? Have you been safe?
It's weird because both Diancie and Zoroark feel like they're in some ways like enabling not the most cheesy strategies. They're kind of like slightly off meta decks. And then the other parts of this thing is like Puppy Pile, which feels like a very cheese strat. And then you have Dedenne. Dedenne is one of the weirder ones in the set, I would say, out of everything that we've seen. Let me pull Dedenne back up. Where are you, sweet boy?
Dedenne looks like it could be a very interesting card to play in a deck.
Doot. That's all the Puppy Piles. There's Dedenne. Dedenne, 40 damage for each tool. This one is like in the vein of Pachirisu nonsense, right? But like a little better because it can do more damage. I wouldn't even say a little better. I would say a lot better because it can do more damage.
Well, doesn't Pachirisu does 80 damage in perfect circumstances, while the Dene in perfect circumstances can do 160. So it does 2 times the damage. Doing good, thank you. I am testing out some game files I put in the Wii U too. Oh, what kind of games are you playing? Any sort of spicy MMO or like RPGs? Favorite pre-clone is Toga Damaru. Oh yeah, he's the little headshot guy,
Overall,
isn't he?
I'm excited for a few things in this set. I'm excited for a puppy deck. You have to be. I think Hisuian Zoroark is going to have some really cool combinations. And Mega Diancie, I also think, could be quite good. You could do
My
a lot
fave
of
is the
damage with
Champ
Brilliant Storm. There you go.
Pachirisu.
The brand new set, Everyday Wonders.
The greatest one. The only Pika that actually won a championship, the Pachirisu. Let's see. I wonder if there's any other cards that were brought up. Nope. Those were all the cards that were shown. Let me see. Oh, that's about it. But yeah, those are the new Pokemon cards that are coming to Pokemon Pocket. Stores is Plusle Minum. I mean, I actually had Plusle for a long time. And it was really silly. This was really silly where, me and my brother, we actually were under the impression that Plusle Minun, evolved into Pikachu. Boy, there was a good time when we actually thought that Plusle Minun actually evolves. Like, every single time we ever saw, like, a Pika clone, we always assumed, like, there's gotta be some way that this opposes the Pikachu. Alrighty, I gotta get to the gym and just wanted to drop by and say hi. Later, bird brains. Thank you so much for dropping by, Bloobs. Hope you have a good time at the gym. Like, make sure to get those muscles. Like, you see, like, Bloobs is doing much more than my brother is in order to attract the ladies. Like, don't worry. I have faith. I have faith that the Bloobs will find his mistress in the gym. But yeah, that was that. Interesting. I kind of want to get, I kind of want to play around with the Snorlax, but I definitely want the Mega Diancie. Like, getting the Mega Diancie would be pretty good. The senior brother, and like, listen, he's actually not doing that much. Like, it's not much of a diss if it's true. But yeah, playing around with Snorlax, Mega Diancie, and probably Hisuian Zoroark. Ooh, I would also like to play with the Puppy Pal deck. It would just be the funniest little deck. I've been trying to tell him to have standards for a maid. He joked he would date a junkie. Like, listen, if that's who he finds and he's happy, I have to have no choice but to be happy for him. Like, I may not accept it, but if it's literally, like, honestly, I think even my mom is in the same boat where, like, if that's all he can find, then we're gonna have to settle for whatever he can find. Like, listen, if that's all he can find and that's the only way he can be happy, then I suppose that we're just gonna have to be happy for him. Like, by the way, this is a joke. I would never let him date a junkie. Alright. Here we are in the Pokemon world. I was testing out the Japanese version for Fatal Frame 5 because it had some very, very sussy outfits that were removed from the English version. So far it works. Oh my goodness, Mizu, did you hear about that thing in regards to Stellar Blade 2? Like, they actually, like, somebody somewhere was going out of their way to make up excuses as to why they're harassing, like, the Stellar Blade 2 devs. And they're constantly saying, like, listen, like, we're not censoring them. We just want them to make the most money that they can by changing how Eevee looks. And here's the thing. This is the thing that they're actually doing that's actually kind of ridiculous, is that this person actually went out of his way to make a petition in order to try and convince the devs to change Eevee's outfit or Eevee's design. And then somebody else went out and made another petition in order to keep Eevee's design the same. Mizu, what do you think the numbers for petitions are? Like from censorship to non-censorship. What do you think the numbers are? Just put in a guess. Dinner tonight is dumpling and karage. Oh, interesting. Karage. What's karage? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Censorship is low number. No censorship, probably triple digits. For the censorship, last I checked, it had like 73 signatures. Actually, the last time I checked, it actually had 69. which I thought was really funny. I think some people probably did that on purpose, just to get it there. But I think it was like somewhere around 70. And then for no censorship or like no redesign, last I checked, it was like 3,070 something. Like it was somewhere around there. And it was so funny because like my brother and I, we were talking about this. We're like, isn't it crazy how these people, they're all like, oh, we're doing this so that the company can make money. And yet there's like, here's the thing. The petition is completely irrelevant. That's the funny thing. The petition on both ends, completely irrelevant. You know what is relevant? The number of people that are actually against like EVs, like appearance. And then for every one person that wants like change in Evie's outfit, there's like another 10, like dozens to hundreds of others that are making fan art, that are talking about it, that are cosplaying. Like, yeah, like you don't need the petition in order to see that people like Eevee or Eevee, yeah. Like you can just look at all the fan art, all the cosplay, like all of that is more of an indication as to how people feel about the game. And since there's so much more of like fan art and cosplay for the character than there are again like negative like comments or remarks, like that already tells you a lot. That already tells you a lot. It's like, why would they change it if there are so many people that are making like cosplay and fan art over it? And like think about it this way: how much fan art have you seen of the God of War game? And how many people are cosplaying as the main character for the God of War game? Honestly, I can't tell you because I've never seen any. Like the only thing I'm seeing out of that are like the meme videos of like the gameplay of the game. Those are the only things I'm seeing from that game. There might be some fan art, but as far as I'm aware, I have not seen any. I've seen more fan art of Eevee and cosplays of Eevee than I've seen of the God of War game. Like probably for every one of Laufey's like fan art, there's like 100 for Eevee. And so yeah, like there you go. Not only that, but like they're like talking about like they're talking about money. Like, oh, we're trying to make them money. Like you look at any game that has any sort of body type, even remotely similar to Eevee, and you see that they're all doing just fine. Like a great example would be Azure Lane. There's a lot of female characters in Azure Lane that have the same body type as well as the same appearance. Hi PT, how's it going? How was your stream last night? Did you have fun? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, like Azure Lane, they have all sorts. They have every single character body type from lollies all the way to like mommy characters, and they're making so much money. Thank you so much for the bird feed. I very much appreciate it. And then you look at almost any other game, like Zenless Zone Zero, like any of the Honkai games. You look at so many of the other like gacha games, Nike. Like they don't need to know. They don't need to be told that their character is good because they have many characters like them. Most likely in their own game, Nike, and even the character from Stellar Blade 1. Like the character from Stellar Blade 1, the side character, I forget what her name was. Like she basically had the exact same body type as Eevee, and people loved her. Like she wasn't even a main character, and people loved her. And like there you go. Like Like, how can you say these sort of things and like ignore all these other things? It does not make any sense. They're pretending all those games don't exist, and like this is like a very rare occurrence, like that has ever happened. It's quite ridiculous, and I just think it's really funny. Well, yep, very funny situation, and that's all I was saying. I'm like, isn't it really funny that like both petitions are completely pointless? It's completely pointless because like you have evidence all over the scope, and even you can even argue that if some of these people are like only saying this against like the quote unquote gooners, like here's the thing, there are more gooners in the world that would be willing to pay for the game than there are people that wouldn't like quote unquote goon. Like there are more gooners than you. Like it's a fact that they just don't want to accept. Also, I think we're playing against a turtle duck. Turtle! Turtle! Oh no. I'm gonna go ahead and put on this. Oh. Luckily, they only have babies on the field, so we should be fine. Unfortunately, oh wait, what's that? Oh, okay, they're probably using Magneton. Okay. Thank you so much for the stretch break. I very much appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much for the stretch break. Oh, that's right. My brother has been, like, in case anybody was curious as to where my brother has been, he's just been very tired recently. Like when he came back home yesterday, he was like super tired. So yeah, if you guys were curious as to where he's been, that's where he's been. Where he's just been sleepy. Relatable for real. Alright, we're just gonna have to do this. Boop. Put you right there, and there you go. Oh yeah, he was also, in case anybody was curious, he was also asleep during the watch along. Ah, I think I see what they're doing. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna bring out the turtle and they're gonna use that one juggler thing in order to like superpower him up. Oh my goodness. Perfect setup. Oop. Let me go ahead and put this out. Alright, how much does it do again? The turtle does 80 plus all the energy, so that would be 20, 80, 160, 180, okay. The only way he would KO is if he actually hits with like a trainer red. Unfortunately, I don't have Sabrina, so I can't really force a switch anyways. Another man tag, okay. They do have the steel energy that puts them at 180. If they have trainer red, they win next turn. I would need to have the metal core barrier on my next turn. Luckily, they have a lot of cards, so I should be able to get the second one. Boop. All right, there's my chaining area, and then another barrier. And then we attack. Boom. Bonk. Maybe they just don't have maybe they don't have the turtle. Maybe they're waiting for the turtle. Oh, there was the fighting. With the fighting, they probably would have been able to like turn things around. Yeah, I think they're looking for the turtle. Oh my goodness, could you imagine if they did that and they still couldn't find the turtle? Oh my goodness, are they still not able to find the turtle? There it is, he finally found it! Oh my goodness. It took him a century to finally find it. And I think he was also looking for the magneton. They conceded. They have no way of taking out my Megazord. Like that, if I hadn't gotten my metal protector thing, then he would have been able to KO me, I think. That should have been like 200 damage if I'm right. Bum 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 bum. Oh, there you go. All right, good. Bum 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 bum. Like, I think I remember something else that was happening. I heard there was something about people like crashing out about Japanese, like some sort of Japanese anime. Like, I don't exactly know what it was about. It was something to do with representation in like some sort of anime. They're like, oh my god, like this, the Japanese are like doing some sort of like irreparable thing of against our representation in anime. And it's like, what? And I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, these people always sound like really crazy. I'm like, are you alright? Sightseer. Oh, I think we're playing against a Vaporeon deck. Sounds like the average modern Western anime fan, not gonna lie. Yep, that's usually how it goes. Ooh, let's go. We got the site there, and we got another site there. That's usually how it do be. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. I'll put the energy on the site there for right now. And then if worst case scenario, we can just put the energy on the room next turn. That way we can attack with it. There's the Vaporeon. We can force the switch, correct? Oh no, they copycatted us. Not too bad. Oh, okay, we're in a good spot. Boop, and boop. There we go. Megazord, not all good to go. If they take out our Earthworm, they'll be fine. We don't have to really care too much about it. Alright, Vaporeon. How much do? You do 30 damage. That's fine. Alright, let's go ahead. Pokeball. We're gonna go ahead, switcheroo. Bring out Megazord. Let's go ahead, put it on the Varoom. And we'll take out the Inteleon. Yeah, we can keep the barrier for later. Because they, like, if with the Vaporeon, they can just switch it out. And then the barrier kind of, like, pointless. They probably were pissed that the anime is nothing like their headcanon or ideals. That's usually the case. The fan service. Where's my fan service? It's always about me. Well, my fan service is more important than yours. Hooray! I can now switch. I'll bring you out. Replace. It's very unfortunate. But hopefully we can kind of make this work. Attack! They do need 3 energy in order to retreat the Vaporeon. That means they have to waste an energy in order to retreat it. That's fine. Exactly, I would hear that often sometimes. I hear it all the time nowadays. Kinda crazy. Why, let the anime be anime. Why, anime is better when it's weird. Also, they're getting really lucky with the ice pop. Let's go! Oh my goodness. They're all so close. Uh-oh. Wait. They didn't bring back the Vaporeon, Nani. Did they just surrender? Wait, did they just surrender? Nani? They conceded. Yeah, I think they realized the mistake that they made with, like, switching out, with like putting the energy on a different Pokemon. If anything, they should have used Parasol Lady on the Vaporeon rather than the Inteleon. Also, we just made it to Ultra Ball 2. Like, we have Ultra Balls times 2. The new Just Chatting scene is quite crazy. Oh, whoops. Thank you for letting me know. But let's see. Luckily, that was only like our second game, so we weren't on the game for very long. But thank you for letting us know. Wait. We actually started at, like, what, an hour or something? So we were actually on here for, like, 3 minutes. Like, so far, so good, though. So far. But yeah, how are you doing now, Justin? You having a good day? Welcome to the stream. Well, we were just chatting. We were chatting about, like, all sorts of shenanigans that've been happening the last couple days. By the way, did you guys know that Blutz was locked out of his car yesterday? Like, my brother got locked out of his car yesterday. Like, he was actually telling me some crazy things. He was, like, telling me, like, oh my god, I want to drill a hole in my key now. I'm like, wait, what? Seems a little drastic. Like, isn't that a little drastic? I'm like, why do you want to do that? He's like, the locksmith told me that if you, like, you can drill a hole in your key, and then you can screw it where, you can put it in where, what do you call it? Where your license plate is. That way it stays there. And then you can, oh wait, I can't, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is actually a really crazy hand. we go. Do the U-turn. And we bring out the earthworm. Hooray! But yeah, he was telling me like you can screw it in the license plate, and then there you go. Like if you ever get locked out, there's a key on the license plate. And then he's like, "Do you want me to do that for you?" I'm like, "No, stay away from my key. Like I don't need you to do anything for my keys." Also, oh my goodness, my hand is like this was a crazy start. I'm already fully loaded. Like we're actually really good right here. Like I think the Lucario will take too long to kind of load up. It's like hiding your key under a rock. Yeah, exactly. I think we just won this one. It'll take too long for them to ready up a Lucario this time. Also, I got Copycat. Hooray! Oh my goodness, I just got my trainer with that. Here you go. Let's put in the training area. Because why not? Tag in my Megazord. I don't actually need to use my metal coat right now. Or my metal thingamaboober. I should be fine. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Oh my goodness, what is going on with their hand? Do they have a way to like superpower their Lucario? That does how much damage again? 70 damage. Alright, that's not too bad. Bum 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 bum. That's fine. I'm just gonna put the metal core barrier on it. On my Megazord. So even under the best circumstances, they're not going to be able to take out my Megazord. Well, they can take out my Earthworm, but they're not going to be able to take out my Zazor. Unless they have a Guzma. That would be wild if they actually did have like a Guzma and they just took it out and they were able to like turn it all around. That would be wild. Oh, wait, Nani? Legendary Drive. Oh my goodness, let's go. They have no energy. Plus 40 HP. That is concerning. That's 130. I should be fine. Alright, let's go ahead. Switcheroo. I should be fine. Unless they have something. If they have 30, I think if they have the Karina, I think they win. That'd be 130. It's already 40. Yeah, if they have the Karina, I think they just win. I think they just win if they have the Karina. If that's the case, then GG. Another Corridon? Honey. Oh my goodness, we need a top deck like Cyrus or something. I'm pretty sure they have their own Cyrus, so counting on them to not draw like the Cyrus is probably not a good strategy. Oh my goodness, they got rid of their Lucario. Oh wait! I mean, we won no matter what. We had the Cyrus, and we were able to knock out their Koraidon anyways. I think we got lucky. We got lucky they didn't have like another Karina. Good game, good game. Very, very lucky on that one. But yeah, how's it been going, everyone? How's your weeks been? Anything of interest happen? So are you trying your hand at being a master dueler yourself? Like, no, master duel is too scary for me. Especially with how my brother has just been very like detached to master duel recently. He's just been kind of like going nuts over master duel. Like not nuts in a good way. Also, hi William, how's it going? Having a good day? I am trying to be a Pokemon master. I poke all the mons. I poke them with the pointer finger. Poke. Like that's how you become a master. You just poke the monsters until they become stronger. I was going to ask, when are we going to get a brother versus sister Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel stream? Here's the thing, I don't actually have a Master Duel account. And all the decks that I actually have, they're on my brother's account. Like that'd be the problem on that one. And mainly I don't want to play Master Duel. Like, the only reason I actually play Master Duel was because it was like one of the only games we were able to really stream in the early days of our streaming career. That was pretty much it. Maybe next turn. Next turn I'll be able to use it. Also, this is a very bad matchup. We're playing against Castborn Blaziken, which is actually terrible for us. Ooh, by the way, for those of you who missed it, my mom and my sister have been getting like super crazy into like making sourdough. And recently they've been making a lot of sourdough pizza. Like they made some Sunday, they made some Monday. No, my broom! Oh my god, no! I think that's GG's. I think that's GG's. I don't think we have a chance on this one. Very, very bad. Back with dinner. Welcome back. Yeah, that was a brutal loss. Like, honestly, I think it was just a type matchup, like poor type matchup, as well as bad starter. I'm about to attempt to download DaVinci Editing Studio on my computer again. Wish me luck. Good luck. Oh, is this DaVinci really that good of an editing program? Like my brother has been using Club Champ for like editing his little Yu-Gi-Oh things. What was the other thing that happened recently? There was something else that happened. I can't remember. It was the sourdough thing. My sister and my mom made like sourdough like 3 days this week. Like the poor kids, they're eating so much pizza. I don't know if that's actually a bad thing or not. Oh no, it's Iron Crown. That's not good. I use the Windows software. That's what I've been using, but it isn't without its problems, which I'm running into with someone I'm editing for. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully things get better. Like, the most I understand of like editing software is that some of the software can be kind of iffy. Not a good situation here. Sourdough pizza. Yep. My sister and my mom have been like really crazy with sourdough. Like one mom especially has been making like tortas with some of her sourdough. Yeah, they just need one energy to attack. How much does this do? Opponent's benched Pokemon. That do be rough. Alright, bring out my Megazord. I can do this. And then I can use my copycat. They should also be drinking milk so they tower over Aire one day. What do you mean? They are... Like, everybody in my family is taller than I am. Alright, let's go ahead, switch in the Earthworm. Like, that was just in case. I don't actually... I should keep the training area for in case they bring out, the Psycho Zone. Like the last thing I need is to be hit with a Psycho. That's fine. It's not even supposed to hit that hard. Alright, I think I just need to control what's on my bench at the moment. Let me use another copycat. Like they have more cards in their hands, so it'd be kind of weird not to use it. Alright, we have the other Baroom. You know what? I don't see the downside to using it. There you go. Now my Megazord is all set and ready to go. I just need to be wary of this. Does 50 more damage? That's 100 damage. The unfortunate thing is that all their Pokemon are one price point. I would need to have the middle barrier in order to be able to survive this. That is very iffy right there. Oh my goodness. They just keep getting the ice cream back, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. What I really need is like the... Wait. Okay, never mind. Like, I got a messed up bullets right here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if we can find the other barrier. Okay, no. Well, that is unfortunate. They're gonna hit me for 100. Unfortunately, my Trainer Red is not very useful here. Uh-oh. How much does that do again? Does 20 more damage. Oh no, that's 120. Alright, Alright, let's put in the training area. It's gonna do 50 damage, so might as well put the barrier on here. Yeah, if they have Cyrus at any point, they just win. But I don't think there was the right time to really use the barrier. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the ice cream. The ice cream has been hurting me way more than anything else. Oh no, they have the iron boulder. I suppose I could just do that. And then we'll just attack. It's pretty much game already, though. As long as they have Cyrus, and they just win. Which I'm pretty sure they have. Like, there's... Like, what kind of craziness would it be if they didn't have the Cyrus? Oh wow, they have the gold one! They have the gold! Wait, what? Nani? Wait, what? They did not have the Cyrus? Oh my goodness, they didn't have the Cyrus, guys. Oh my goodness, that's game. Let's go! We won! Good game, good game. No Cyrus means we win! Go! Bunked! Oh my goodness, I honestly thought we lost this one. Oh my god, that was so close. If they had the Cyrus, that would have been game. Good stuff, good stuff. What other crazy thing happened recently? Oh, that's right. Our sister dropped off her dog with us. We were just, my brother was telling me the other night that apparently Artemis has been in heat. And so when my sister brought her dog over, they just went at it. They just went at it for like cats and dogs. And he was telling me that night he didn't sleep very much because they were just making little Artemis. No, they can't. Churro is neutered, so they literally can't. They literally can't. If anything, I think that Artemis was... Hi, Draco! Who's an adorable little Draco? Who's a pod champ? Who's the best pod champ? The very best is Draco. Aren't you the most adorable little Draco? I thank you so much for dropping by. My very best individual. But yeah, hi Draco. You having a good day? Welcome to the stream. where I was just chatting about what was happening recently, such as Shiro dropping by, and then our dogs were going at it like throughout the night, and it basically kept my brother awake. But yeah, I was also saying that I think that my dog Artemis, it got really mad at True because one, he's really old, and two, I don't think his I'm guessing he didn't do what she wanted him to do. And according to my mom, like earlier in the day, like Artemis and Juro were like fighting, were like getting like really aggressive towards each other. I don't know how, but she just said that they were barking like crazy. It's been a day. Oh, hopefully it's gonna get better. Hopefully it's better than it was the day before. But yeah, like, what have you been up to recently? As of recent. Same with everybody else. What have you guys been up to? Like, me and my brother, we've honestly been like getting really into like one of the like a story that we've been working on. Like, we've been getting like really crazy into it. And mostly, you know what's the one thing that's been really fun? We just been writing out like all these lore pieces for all these characters. And like it's like one of the reasons why like the AI thing has been like really, really fun, is because we just been creating characters through AI, and then we just make up backstories for those characters. Like think of a character, and then we just create a backstory. Oh, this character does this and that, and so on and so forth. And funny thing is, like the other night, my brother, actually it was this morning, my brother was telling me that he had a weird dream. I'm like, what happened? He's like, it's like, for whatever reason, I kept waking up all throughout the, last night. I'm like, why? And he's like, I just had this dream where I was just coming up with backstories for like some sort of story. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, like I was like the entire time my brain was just making up lore about something. I'm like, about what? He's like, I don't know. It's just random things. Oh, like, you don't even know what the story you're even thinking about? He's like, no. I'm like, honestly, I've been kind of like in a similar boat where like I just been thinking of like some stories, and then like in my dreams, they're not the stories that I'm thinking of, but like in my dreams, I'm like trying to tell a story of what's happening in my dream. So like there would be like some sort of like characters like either talking or like just doing something, and then I would be like trying to write everything out, like, oh, this person said this thing, oh, and they're doing this as well, they're looking at them like this, etc., etc. And I just, like, my brain has been working in overtime, and I'm like thinking the exact same thing, like thinking all these things. I'm like they're doing this, they're doing that, and I'm like constantly waking up, because I think when your brain is braining too much, like in those circumstances, it's very hard for you to kind of stay in a like comatose state. So that's what I've been like kind of dealing with the last couple of days. I'm like, yeah. Not only that, we've also been watching One Piece. And we watched One Piece. We're caught up with One Piece. And then I've been watching an anime, a new anime, at least for me. A new anime. It was like a villainous anime. It was from villainous to heroine, I think, to savior. That's the one. Like I watched all of season 1 because it was interesting, to say at least. And then I was watching through season 2, but I got too used to like listening to the English dub that I'm like, I've also been like super busy, so I didn't want to listen to like the sub, or at least I didn't want to read the sub because I'm like I have my eyes all over the place. I'm like I want to do some other things. I don't want to like read. So I've been kind of antsy. I'm like I want to know where the story goes to next, but like I can't. Like I don't want to watch the subs. Which is really funny because a lot of people always tell me sub is better, but I'm like the only thing that makes dub like even tolerable is because I can listen to it and that's it. Like the only way I can listen to sub is if I learn Japanese, which is hard for me. Some people will say, "Oh, learning Japanese is super easy," but for me, it's not. Learning any language is extremely hard for me. Like I don't know why. It just is. Always struggle. Never easy way. I think me and my brother actually took like Rosetta Stone, like a couple years ago. We were kind of curious to see if we could actually like learn Japanese by doing that thing, and it was interesting. It was interesting. We got to see all sorts of stuff. Spanish dub? There is no Spanish dub, or at the very least, no, I don't think there's a Spanish dub at all. And even if there was a Spanish dub, I'm pretty sure it would be in the same boat as I'm pretty sure it'd be the same situation where the voice acting is delayed by like a day or two. Or at least a week. Yeah, by like a week. So I'm pretty sure Spanish dub would be even later than English dub. Like it would always be the original Japanese sub or the original Japanese dub, and then it would be the English dub, and then it would probably be like the Spanish dub. So it's not really much of a solution. Hey, that's actually what I wanted. Uh-oh. Okay, that makes things a little harder. Alright, let's U-turn. I can't switch out of a non-steel type of font. For some manga like Record of Ragnarok, Spanish translation is sometimes faster. Well, that's for manga. That's for manga. I'm talking about anime. Well, yeah, I don't have the anime. I don't have access to the manga, and I would prefer not to like really read the manga through like websites. If I were to like read manga, wait, what? Oh no, that's not good. Oh, okay. This is gonna be extremely tricky. Can I actually survive this? That's the question. Let's go. Okay, we do have Megazord. And then we can metal core barrier, so the room could probably survive. That way we can switch in the Megazord and knock out the Miraidon. The Miraidon at the moment is doing 100 damage. Oh, so it was barely able to knock out the... It was barely able to knock out the worm. No! They switcheroonied! That is awful. I can't believe it. It's times like these, I wish I had like another Pokemon. Yeah, they got us on this one. Yeah, we would have been able to win with if it wasn't for the Sabrina. Well, probably win. We probably would have been able to win. Alright, Copium, go! Oh my goodness. Unfortunate, no Copium. That is GG. Hi Darklings, how's it going? The person who sent you this message either loves cheeseburgers or wants to see you in a chat-made outfit. Throws Pokeball Glocks, I choose you. Honey. Very sad. Like they had the correct out. I bet they also had the Cyrus in their hand, so even switching probably wasn't gonna do anything. Good game. You snore. Oh my goodness. But yeah, hi Darklings, how's it going? You having a good day? Welcome to the stream. How's your week been? I just been chatting about random things recently. Weird dreams I've been having. Like weird dreams that we both been having. We've just been having a lot of fun, like writing stories and stuff. And so yeah, we just been Beat Break over. We need to watch Beat Break. What was the last episode we actually stopped on? I don't remember. I think it was like 20 something, wasn't it? What episode is Beat Break on? Like I feel like it's been like 2 or so weeks, 2 or so months already. It's on 36. Oh my goodness, we are way behind then. I just dream about work. Like that is an interesting nightlight. You go to sleep and all you're doing is work. Honestly, has anybody ever had this situation before? Like you just start a new job, and then after like the first couple of days at this new job, you start having stress dreams about the job. And by stress dreams, it's kind of like you're like doing what you're usually doing, but like at a higher volume. Like let's say you start working at like a diner, and all you're doing is washing dishes, and then you go back home and then you go to sleep, and then in your dreams you're like washing the dishes, and then like it's like first it starts off with like a few dishes, and then it's like a lot of dishes, and then it's even more dishes, and then like the dishwasher is filled with dishes. Like am I the only one that has like those kind of dreams? Good thing about dreaming about work, you can cuss them out. That's the thing. How do you know when it's a dream and when it's not? Like, how do you know? Like, what if one day you're at work and you believe you're dreaming, and then you're like cussing everybody out? Like that would be something. I did that when I was a college dishwasher. Just imagine like you suddenly like lost like the line of reality and dreams, and then you start like believing everything's a dream, and then you start doing all the crazy things that you would usually do in a dream. Like has anybody ever had like those lucid dreams where like you realize you're in a dream, and then you just start doing all the craziest things? And then you kind of like have that momentary pause of clarity, and we're like, wait, maybe what if this isn't a dream? Because you're in a dream because the technology is too advanced. What if in a dream you believe that everything is normal? Hey, how do you feel about playing Google News where you and your brother have a new segment or a new video game going over related topics in the scene? Huh? Lex told us that you once dined and dashed. I've never dined and dashed. Thank you so much for the head hats. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. I actually turned off the desktop audio because I wanted to listen to music. Like, if I had desktop audio and the music going, you guys would be hearing the audio twice. So that's kind of what was going on. How did that sound like a content idea? You mean I was going over like new games or something like that? Like, we can try and do something like that. The problem that we've actually told other people is that the program that we use for communicating, it eats up a lot of what do you call it? What's the thing? Like, it takes a lot for a computer to actually run it. And not only that, but like because of how it works, it can only run on once on a PC per PC, and it's very hard for any other computer to really run it unless your PC is really good. Which this PC is really good. We just don't have enough limits. New games, current drama, if you want, new stuff. We were actually thinking of doing something like that. Yeah, it would just be a little awkward because we would literally have to like switch mics. Like, we would have to switch audio between us in order for it to actually function. Like, we could try to do it at as much like quiet time, but like it would also be kind of tricky because we would also have to like kind of match the situation with like our avatars and everything. So yeah, it's an idea we've been thinking about. There might be some way of doing that. That's something you can hire an editor for. Like, if we get the video, if we get the footage for it, like what would be dead air would be insane. Oh my goodness. Like, what would it be? You know what, you guys, if you guys want to do this, you guys can post like news and drama that you guys want us to like react to, like on the Discord, like news or something with like video game or something like that. Like anything that you guys would want us to kind of react to. Like, that would be something. You can just post it on the Burbs reacts, and we can try and do that. We were also thinking of like watching some funny stuff. I'm the most boring person, so I don't have any fun news. Oh, it doesn't have to be fun news, but like anything to do with like interesting news. Interesting news. You know what? Like, one of the things that I've heard about was that Shoonhead made a new video. I don't know what it's about, but apparently it's caused a stir again. Like, we could, you know what? We could probably like do a rant about like Stellar Blade 2. Well, we could probably make that as like one of the first videos we do about it. It'll probably take a while because like editing is hard. Babylon Bee articles. I don't want to read an article from a journalist, but it depends on what story it is, I suppose. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my god, I actually stepped on like the seed thing. Like, have you guys ever seen those seeds with like the really spiky things? I actually stepped on one on my toe, and now my toe hurts. Babylon Bee is satire. Oh, interesting. Yeah, just post an example and post the example in the React Verbs section, and we'll go over it. Spiky birds? Is that what they're referred to? Like, I don't actually know. I kind of call them as like clamp. what are those things called? You know, what are those things that like ninjas throw on the ground? Like the spikes? Like the spiky things that they throw? I know they have like a name. I just don't remember what they're called. Like, it's kind of like that, but like in the seed form. Like, it's like, it grows on, like, weeds, and then, like, once they dry up, they, like, drop on the ground. And then, like, they're just painfully spiky. Like, that's, like, my dog brings them in, like, with her, like in the house. And, now, like, we, like, every so often randomly, like, step on them. And it always hurts. Like, it's especially funny when my brother, like, steps on them. Like, he curses, like, a lot. Like, he curses like a rancher. But yeah, I don't actually know what they're referred to. You know, we could probably do, like, a whole, news kind of situation. Kind of like how Kirsha does it. Except a lot less serious. Like, imagine us being on Twitter and people trying to cancel us like they do with chibi reviews. Like, how dare you talk about anime? Like, all we do is talk about anime and people lose their minds. They're like, how dare you talk about anime? Anime is forbidden. And they're like, anime's our thing. We were here first. Like, just the craziest people just going wild. Like, cannot be me, honestly. Worms! Why did I say it like that? Let's go, worms! And then we'll do our professor's research. Not a good 2-card draw. But it's also not the worst. As long as they also draw, like, a lot of cards and they don't really use their cards, which that's already some crazy copium. If they don't use their cards, they might be fine. Nani? Wait, Crystal? Crystal! That is cray-cray. Alright, let's bring out our Mega Zizar. Bring you out. We're just trying to thin our hand as much as we can. That way we can hopefully get a room or something. No! Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this on it. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, hitchhikers, they are designed to do that, to spread around. Wait, wait, what happened now? There it is! The balloon! Alright, let us transport out of here. Alright. And I think we're gonna be okay. Time to switch a Rooney. That is what we call those small spiky seed things in Florida. Oh. Really? Never heard of that one. I thought it was like claptraps or something, like claptraps or something. Like, for whatever reason, I keep thinking claptrap for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's not what they're called, but it was something along those lines. No, that's fine. I already have kind of the majority of what I need in my hand. They're honestly taking quite a bit of time here. Which is actually really good for us because we're able to kind of just set up ourselves. Oh, There is the other ballroom. Trap, the Borderlands robot. Yeah, the clap trap. Like I forget what they're called. There's like it's like a ninja weapon that ninjas use in order to like lay the floor down with like spikes. Like it's the little spiky things that ninjas use. I forget what they're called. But yeah, that's kind of how I remember it. But I don't remember what they're called. Wait, I'm already out of cards? Nani? They conceded. Oh my goodness. Imagine winning because of my worm. My worm ended up winning the game. Claptrap? Oh, caltrap. Oh, that's the word. Caltrap. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, that's kind of like how I think of them. Caltraps. Like I don't. You know what? I'm a little curious now. Give me a second. I need to look this up. Let me ask Grok. Alright. They lead to many Technus devs pack in a day. Wait, what? These spiky seeds or the seed pod that contain them are most commonly associated with a weed called caltrap. Wait, is that really what they're called? Tuberculous tetris, or terraterus, also known as puncture vine, goat head, cat's head, bindi, or biney, or double G. The plant produces hard, woody fruits that split into 4 or 5 wedge-shaped segments. Each segment has sharp spines, typically 2 longer ones pointing outward and shorter ones, arranged so that the one spike always points upward when it lands, exactly like medieval caltrap. The spiked device used to puncture tires, hooves, or feet. These are extremely painful to step on and can puncture bike tires, shoes, animal paws. Oh, poor thing. Yep. That's kind of what they're referred to. To be tribulus, terrorist. Why does it sound like terrorist? Like, guys, the weeds are terrorists? Oh my goodness, I should have known it all along. It all makes sense. They'd bring nothing but terror and pain. It all makes sense. Very appropriate name for it. There you go. Now I know what they're called. Caltraps. I could have sworn I should have known what those were called, because I'm pretty sure they use them like all the time in Naruto. Like either Naruto or other like animes that involve ninjas. Very common thing for them to do. Pichu, nani? How sussy. I suppose we can. Maybe we can find like another Pokemon. Let's go. Oh my goodness, we got 2 rooms. Boop and boop. Alright, I think we're pretty well set up right here. Wait, oh my goodness, wait, is this a turtle deck? Underwater. No, this is probably a dragon deck. Oh my goodness. I knew it. It was a dragon. It was a dragon all along. I think this is Dragonite. Alright, this is gonna be kind of scary. Depending on which Dragonite this is, they could probably just win. Oop. We got Metal Core Barrier and Red. Trainer Red. The best kind of red. Wait, what they just use? Oh, Julia. Okay, so they already have the Dragonite. Their Dragonite is live now. The best thing we can do is to just prepare our Zizor. I need to make sure they don't knock out my Pokemon. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and hit. I think I just put in like energy on one Pokemon. Like I need to really hope for like a Rivaroom. If we can get a Rivaroom, we might be fine. I knew it. It was Draco Meteor Dragonite. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. That's what I was afraid of. Well, actually, that's what I was hoping for. Let's go! Oh my goodness, we got the Rivaroom. Now we can retreat. We can't use Trainer Red though, because it's not an EX Pokemon. But we can Metal Core Barrier for like the off chance that they go full on the Mega Zizor. Like we could probably eat up like 50 damage. Well, it says 50 damage, so if Mega Zizor eats it all, does it ignore like the attack? I'm actually kind of curious now. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They took out both my back row. That is so bad. Alright, let's retreat. Oh my goodness, I just got the exact same 2 cards. Alright. Boom. Let's go, we got a Pokemon. Oh no. No! I have no choice, I have to attack. If we're able to get the training field, we might be able to take out the Oricorio. But if they have Cyrus, then they just win. Alright, they're oh no. If they have the Dragonite, they just win. Alright, can we turn this around? Let's go! Oh my goodness. Amazing, amazing. I probably should have used that first. Alright, let's go ahead. Metal Transport. Oh wait, I lose. It's fine, it's fine. we tried. This is the sad thing about not having any like healing. We can't heal. Why we can't heal? Why'd they bring out Pichu? Oh, okay. There you go. Wait, why did they bring out Pichu? This is whatever. Whatever, they still win. Like, I just thought that play was... I wonder if they did that as like a false sense of like hope. Like, they toyed with my heart. Oh my goodness, we've been losing and winning. Alright, there we go. I think this could be a good time to end right here. At least with Pokemon. Boop. Very close indeed. Let's see. Oh yeah. Honestly, I'm a little antsy for the next pack to drop. Like the cards that they showed were very interesting. Especially the Hisuian, the Hisuian Zoroark. It looks like it's gonna be an interesting deck to kind of play around with. And then the puppy pile deck. The puppy pile deck looks so adorable. I wanna try it solely because it looks very Mimi. Just imagine I had puppies. Like I have puppies. Hear them howl. I think the downside is, don't they all have like 2 energy or something? Not too sure, but it would be really funny. Boop, 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 boop. And here we are. Boop. Here we are. We're back again. Let's see. We'll be just chatting again. But yeah, there were some videos I wanted to react to. So I want to be able to get to them before long. Let's see. Wait, do I still have that? Oh, I do have it open. I can just close it. It's fine. Whew. There we go. But yeah, there was like some videos I wanted to react to. Wanted to react to that one from Aire. Where is it? Oh, there. It'd be easier if I just look it up. Also, Very Dark is actually playing Star Fox. By the way, I completely forgot Star Fox was out. Like, has anybody played Star Fox, like the new Star Fox game? Like, I completely forgot that was out, and I know my brother-in-law was like really looking forward to it. There it is. Also, I think this one was by Aire. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, thank you so much for the hydrate. Very much appreciate it. All right. And oh yeah, there was like a new thing that came up. I thought it was weird. I don't know anything about it. All right. So first off, there was this video by Aire. Let me go ahead, change up the setting. Bump. Here you go. So this video is called 10 Cents Investors Drop Japanese Companies After They've Made Modern Slop That's Losing Tons of Money. So I don't actually know what this is about, but it sounds interesting because to hear that Japanese company is actually losing investors is actually very interesting. I don't understand how this could possibly be happening. Probably because of the modern audience slot. Okay, so the video, this says Tencent is reportedly in talks to sell its shares in some Japanese studios, even if that means taking a loss. Marvelous is one of the studios made in the report. Nani? How? Why? That's it. That's a question I am also curious,
The
Mizu.
largest investors in the
All right.
video game industry are the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, NetEase, and Tencent. Tencent is its own special case, though, because they have tried to invest a little in a lot of different companies, and now we're hearing that apparently they are in talks to sell their shares in some Japanese studios, even if that means taking a major loss. I have a few different things to
I
show
wonder
off,
how
but
that's
before I get into
possible.
the
Hi,
topic, if you
Jashinx, how's
enjoy
it
the
going?
content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, this industry is absolutely massive. In 2025,
Wait, Mizu, isn't Marvelous like a isn't that like a huge studio in Japan? Yeah, like okay, guys, this is gonna sound very, very sad of me, but the only reason I know Marvelous exists is because of Hyperdimension Neptunia. Like they actually gave her a character. They actually gave him a character in Hyperdimension. So that's the only reason I know that it exists.
Video games made over $200 billion, so it's no shocker to see why so many companies want to invest, why so many individuals want to make way in this scene, and it can be very...
Wait a minute, isn't Marvelous the one that like produces Senran Kagura? Am I wrong about this? Like the character in Neptunio is like a ninja. Like a high school looking ninja girl, wasn't she?
Profitable if what you are investing in is able to connect with audiences and make money, and that isn't really the case for Tencent.
But
yes,
it's the
they
same
do have
Kagura
some
company.
massive...
So wait, is Marvelous losing money? How? Like what happened? What did Marvelous do to like lose money?
Successes, but they also have some absolutely massive losses, and it looks like maybe they're sort of giving up. So the Chinese publishing giant Tencent is reportedly in talks to exit some of the investments it previously made in Japanese game development studios. Tencent, the world's largest games company, has invested in more than 800 developers worldwide, including stakes in Epic Games, Larian, Krafton, as well as shares in Ubisoft and many others. It also owns Riot Games and Supercell, and this right here is a
oh my goodness, they have so much control.
Big keyword: Chinese publishing giant, because
the way she said Chinese, like Chinese. Oh my goodness, like you just know how much she loves the fact that the Chinese are in control of so many video game development companies.
Tencent is a CCP entity, and if the CCP no longer finds this big value that they once did, we are not only going to see Tencent pulling out of these different industries and out of our entertainment. Now, I don't think that they will. I don't think that Tencent is magically going to disappear tomorrow, and I don't think that NetEase is going to just magically disappear tomorrow either, but it is something to certainly keep an eye on. According to a report by Bloomberg, however, the company is looking to exit a number of these investments, including those involving Japanese companies. The article specifically cites Marvelous, the Tokyo-based studio behind the Monster Hunter Stories, Rune Factory, and Story of Seasons games, as one of...
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of games I did not know they had like a part in.
The investments Tencent is in talks to back out of. Now, when I think of Marvelous, I think of very different games. I think that these are not bad, don't get me wrong.
Oh my goodness. Like this is why I love Aire. She knows exactly what games we're all thinking of.
Instantly goes to No More Heroes and also Senran Kagura. I absolutely love the Senran games, would love another high quality one, but I don't think that we will ever get that much fan service and fun in another one of these experiences if one day
That's
they
the
try
sad
to
thing. That's the sad thing. Like it's a sad reality that because of like all this DEI and woke craziness, like we'll probably never get a good Senran Kagura game ever again. Because they're always like no, you can't make the game the way you want to make it because that's a no.
Revive it because they know that it can make them money. Tencent is said to be currently evaluating,
which is really weird because it's a game that's made money. It has a very strong fan base, and people are willing to buy it, even all the merchandise along with it. And they're like, you can't do the thing that makes us money. Like, but you have to make us money. Like, but you can't do the thing that makes you money. Yeah, but they even removed Senran Kagura from the website. Oh my goodness. No, how dare they? Why would they do that? That's like the thing that I know them the most for.
its minority holdings in a number of studios, and in some cases is willing to sell its stake back to the original management team, even if this means taking a loss. Now, I think they did spread themselves a little bit thin, invested a little in a lot of studios. They thought that it was going to look better for them. They thought that, oh my gosh, we're going to be able to control all of the entertainment coming out. But a big issue is that a lot of Japanese companies are no longer truly Japanese at their core. What they have done is copied Western studios, and they are,
which was a huge mistake. You should look at what Western studios are doing, and you just see the stocks just plummeting. Okay, like Western studios, they lost the plot years ago. There's only a few Western studios that actually understand what they're trying to do. Like, you should never copy past the West. Okay, Hollywood is in the worst state it's ever been in. Video game industries are being shut down left and right. Their games are always flopping. Their stories are complete trash. Cartoon Network no longer exists. Isn't that sad? Cartoon Network has pretty much has no more interest in creating cartoons anymore. So yeah, we're losing everything because people just don't want to be creative anymore, or it's censored beyond belief. It's crazy.
Western Studios 2.0, and they are pushing the same politics, narratives. They are falling into the same traps that Western companies did, and gamers used to support Japanese games because they were looking for something new and unique and fresh and different, but now you have to be cautiously
Okay, good. The Japanese website should totally keep it. I think if anything, the EU and the NA are being forced by the EU and NA to remove it. Yeah, everything in my childhood is dead, just like my dreams. Indeed. The only thing we can do is to literally replace all of them. We have to replace them. We have to be the dream that we want to see.
Optimistic when Japanese games are announced, and you can't blindly trust.
Which is really funny, because when the companies are dirt poor cheap, we could probably buy up all the shares and just take over the company, and then we just fire everyone, and then just and then replace them with people that actually know what they're doing.
Japanese experiences. And that's why people have now started supporting Chinese games more. Maybe they want to invest more in their home market, and South Korean games more. I really hope that South Korean studios do not fall into the investment issues that the Japanese did. That is for certain. It says, though, that it doesn't mean Tencent is looking to step away entirely from investment in the Japanese video games industry. However, the report stresses that the company is still assessing which of its investments still promise to be high performers, and there are some that I cannot imagine.
I imagine because Tencent is a Chinese game. Doesn't China have really strict censorship laws? I would imagine the only reason why a lot of these companies don't seem profitable is because they're creating they're creating content that just is not allowed in China, or like because of like the whole DEI thing, like they just can't ship it because of that. And so there's no benefit, like in their eyes, they can't agree to like let a lot of that stuff slide or approve a lot of these ideas because it's too risque. So instead, they're like, oh, well, they can't promise a profit because like a lot of the games that they're working on, we just don't approve of. So that's a little bit of irony in that they're like, oh, they're making a lot of money, but they're making sus products and they don't want to make anything that isn't sus.
I'm actually walking away from because they've done so good over the years, like From Software, developer of Elden Ring and Dark Souls, a major minority investment there. Katakawa, Japanese entertainment conglomerate with game divisions, marvelous as it specifies. Then you have things like Platinum Games, as the article before had mentioned, Epic, Krafton. So there is a lot that they are invested in.
Nani, it's a strategic focus and AI integration. Tencent's gaming investments are incredibly tied to AI-driven development tools. It is integrating generative AI into its ecosystem to augment game creation from asset generation to narrative design. Aiming to accelerate production and reduce cost while maintaining quality. I think, if anything, quality can still be achieved even without AI. They just need to cut out a lot of the fats. Using AI should only be used as a tool. It should not be used as a replacement. If anything, the thing that they need to cut costs is all their useless departments, all their DEI useless nonsense. Like they really don't need it. They don't need human resources for the most part. And like the majority of the time, a lot of these people, they probably aren't even speaking to one another all that often. So like having like an HR like around probably is pointless. So yeah, there's anyways.
And I can't say I'm very surprised to see this happening, right? Tencent does make a boatload of money off of video.
You know what would be really funny? If they replace all of the HR with the AI. Well, why do we need HR? We can just have an AI do it instead.
Games, they are not magically backing out of it, but at the same time, when you see that they are wasting so much money, billions of dollars on
oh my goodness,
garbage entities like Ubisoft, they do need to make some changes.
Oh my goodness, wait, what? Tencent invested 1.16 billion euros or 26.32% minority stake in Ubisoft's subsidiary, Vantage Studios, valuing it at 3.8 billion euros. What the heck? Why would they buy anything from Ubisoft? Is Vantage like a really good studio? AI in the ecosystem? Bro, that sounds like some sci-fi dystopian setting, not gonna lie. Like, hey, it might, if anything, the quality of its service is probably going to be on par with humans. Well, I mean, look at what's going on in YouTube. They just fire everybody for even the slightest mishap. Like, what? You said a thing about one of your coworkers, dock pay. Like, you did it again? We're gonna dock some more pay. What? That's 3 strikes. You're out. Like, nope. Get out. You're fired.
In 2025, Tencent, of course,
they just fire everyone in the studio.
billion euro for a 26.32% minority stake in Ubisoft's new subsidiary Vantage Studios, valuing it at 3.8 billion euro. It was a binding agreement in March 2025. The amount was the 1.16 billion euro in cash. Vantage Studios now
In
has been
cash,
built around
nani?
Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. We know that those next games and the continuations aren't apparently doing good. Some of them are even in development hell. You've got Assassin's Creed Hex, which has been completely and utterly rejected by gamers so far.
Wait.
And there are even some gamers who are now taking to
Okay, I thought they were gonna say that they canceled Assassin's Creed Hex. Honestly, how is it an Assassin's Creed game if there's no assassins in the game? Like, didn't they say that Assassin's Creed Hex was gonna be all about witches? Like, witches aren't assassins, they're
social
witches.
media and saying, honestly, hearing that Tencent is in talks to offload these game studios is a big fat W. Tencent saw the future of Japanese games development and are jumping ship. They should just invest in shiny studios more since they've been pumping out bangers. If they make Marvelous make a game like Senran and Kagura again, why not? The problem is that it probably is still going to be dumbed down to a certain extent. Oh no, whilst I'm happy to see Tencent own less actual game developers, I don't want anything bad to happen to Marvelous. And I
Oh
agree,
my
but
goodness.
Marvelous is a shell of the studio that they once were. They no longer are as special as the days of old. Marvelous went full retard with Tencent or not. Let's see if anything will change. So they're trimming fat like Xbox and like many companies right now. We have heard that Ubisoft is going to go through layoffs and that Sony's going to go through layoffs. Xbox is going through layoffs. EA is going through layoffs. And Tencent is no stranger to that. Looks like Tencent's
That's
pruning its
unfortunate.
gardens, and Marvelous is the bonsai getting repotted back to its roots. And I do genuinely hope that that's the case, but I think that it would be extremely hard to come back from the situation they now find themselves in. It's not like those original Senran and Kagura developers are there, and artists and creatives are there. They would have to bring in brand new developers, and we know that a lot of those people are politically motivated. We know that over the years, a lot of their games have stumbled, and I really would love for this to be a super magical and positive situation with rainbows and sunshine, but I just find that very hard to believe at this point. So yeah, it looks like Tencent is at least pulling out of.
Honestly, I kind of wish that they make another Senran Kagura game. I feel like if they do something like that. Well, wait, didn't they already make like a new Monster Hunter Stories game? How well is that game doing for them? Like, I could have sworn that like that game was pretty okay, wasn't it?
Some of their investments and saying, you know what, enough is enough. This hasn't worked the way that we've expected, but this doesn't mean that they are magically going to back out of the industry completely. And while Tencent has done some good in this space, they are still a absolute behemoth who has done a lot of damage. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video.
It's all the DEI nonsense that's really hurting the game industry. Honestly, all the industries. Like, DEI was a mistake. Here's the link to the video. Make sure to give her a like and everything. No clue, to be honest. For Senran Kagura's case, if the creator comes back, then maybe he'll come back if they offer enough money. They really need to offer him like something worthwhile. Hi, Blooms. How's it going? Welcome back. How's the gym?
I'm not watching it because
I have returned. Welcome back. How was the gym? Did you work up a sweat? Did you meet that goth girlfriend? But yeah, we're just watching some videos before ending stream. Like, we just watched a video about how some Japanese game studios are not doing very well. Nani? Indie? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the follow, Nuts. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Welcome to the Burp Gang, you baka. Anybody new to the stream? I'm Ida Star, Fun Junior, Sharp BBC Vtuber. I'm one half of the Vtubers you will see on this channel. Welcome. Hope you're having a good night. If you count women screaming and running away at the sight of me, then yes, I did. Like, that's how you know that they like you. And if they call the cops on you, then they have a crush on you. Like, that's how that works. I'm like 90% positive. That's how that works. Honestly, not sure impossible since he is working in side games right now, aka the Grand Blue Fantasy and Uma Musume developers. Oh, he's not leaving that place. Like, he's not leaving that. Like, why would, you know, I was actually hearing that there was like a big booba, like, lolly character in Grand Blue Fantasy that was like driving people insane. And I was actually looking, I'm like, what? Like, oh my goodness, she's so tiny. She's like the size of like my tiny senpai. And I just think that's so adorable.
I know if
Anyways, this is Aire with most offensive show of the year just dropped. I don't know what they're talking about. Which one? There's a lot of them. Wait, really? I've never played Grand Blue Fantasy. I just know the one.
I like it as a very gay black man, it'll be a humiliation ritual. I can sense that fandom from a mile away. That is one reaction out of many we'll be taking a look at in this video, reacting to the news of this new anime announcement from Netflix. They say, welcome to a world that is as cute as it is terrifying. From Mappa, Jimoto Psycho, working title, is coming soon to Netflix. Or you could call this one Lolly's doing fentanyl in the hood. That's
Wait, what? Wait, what? That took me totally by surprise. What did he just say? And the graphic of this anime. What is this? Oh my goodness. Lolly's doing fentanyl in the head? What is this? I didn't know you were Mia. Nani? Oh my god, what happened? What is going on in this anime? Oh my god, that took me completely by surprise.
An exaggeration. If anything, it's actually an understatement because in the
oh my goodness, what is this anime?
trailer, the characters are doing like 3 to 4 different drugs at least. And also shooting people. A lot of shooting people. The anime, like...
Why does it look so adorable and they're doing drugs? Oh, frick. They're hitting that Mary Jane. I don't think it's Mary Jane. I think it's like black tar, talent, fentanyl. What is going on? This is crazy, sad anime. I wanted to read it out of curiosity. They got Snoop Dogg in this series. I politely turned them down. The work drinks come to an end, but I get irritated by my boss insisting I go to an after party. Luckily, Snoop Dogg just went live on Instagram.
Adapting iconic scenes like this from the manga. Luckily, Snoop Dogg just went live on Instagram, so I kill time by commenting on his stream. The reactions to this anime have been extremely polarized, with comments...
What does this have to do? Like, what does misogyny have to do with anything? Isn't it concerning that there's like, I would have thought that they would be more bothered by like seemingly like little kids, like doing drugs in a neighborhood. What does this have to do with misogyny? Let's see, now they're attempting to invest into Korean game developers and Chinese, but for Korea's case, they got strict investment laws regarding international investments, and that's likely why they're only investing in Korean K-pop music labels companies after they went popular in 2010s. and cautious about missing in other Korean pop culture. Ah, interesting. My goodness, this anime. No, I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for this at all.
Like, this is the most misogynistic PDF stuff I've ever seen. From the character designs where their mouths never close, to the drugs and beatings of...
What does that have to do with anything? Wait, are they, isn't it ironic how they're saying misogynistic while they're also going around saying that women need to shut up? Women need to keep their mouths shut? Is that what they're saying? Like, am I wrong? They just said like the women, their mouths are never closed. So are they complaining that they're always talking, or are they complaining that their mouths are open in the first place?
Other women, instead of actually showing and telling about women, you embody male fantasies about women into reality. Disgusting. What a self-report into how crazy and out of touch this Twitter feminist is. Like, no, believe it or not.
Wait, what? Wait, he thinks the peak male fantasy is lolly characters doing drugs. Does that make any sense? Also investments for Japanese companies for anime production, but they need to know they have to either be in production committee to earn the dough or invest it. I have no idea. Like, there's a lot of crazy things. Yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy has a race of cow people called drafts, where the guys are 7-foot beefcakes with 6-packs. The girls are complete opposite. They are 5 feet tall with huge booba. Like, E-cup is the minimum size for them. They are legit lollies. Oh my goodness, that sounds hilarious.
Is not dating a drug-addicted, trashy woman. And furthermore, the creator of this series is in fact a woman herself. But more and more people would continue to...
Oh my goodness. They always tell me you're not a fan without telling me you're not a fan. Every single time they're always like, oh, they're misogynistic, and yet the person who created it is in fact a woman. Like, it don't matter, she's still a misogynist.
Lose it in the responses, like this one as well, that reads, "This will hit the fat, greasy, racist, Indian, Filipino, white supremacist, PDF cuck weeb community."
Oh my goodness, they're just throwing every single word they could possibly just throw in there, even though every single thing they just said is completely contradictory. Like, everything they, like, why, how can they be racist? Oh my god, how can they be racist if they're like Indian, Filipino, white, and white supremacists? How can they be Indian, Filipino, and be a white supremacist at the same time? That does not make any sort of sense.
Community, like crack hit the streets in the 80s. But on the flip side, this comment goes a completely different direction. They say, wow, it's like Netflix woke up and said, hey, how can we make an anime that's going to appeal to the absolute worst elements of the black and trans community? Then there's plenty more like this one with 7,200 likes.
Wait, what does trans have to do with anything? What does trans have to do with it? They just threw in trans for no reason. Wait, what does the trans community have to do with any part of the story? And also, what part does what are black people doing in this at all? I didn't see, am I blind? I didn't see a single black person in the trailer. Bro, these people act more racist than the average northern Vietnamese boomer. Isn't that the crazy thing? Like, how true that is? Like that. They might say that's a stereotype, but that's a genuine, there's a reason why it's a stereotype, because it's largely true. It comes from a place of truth. And yet, like, there you go. Random word salad at this point. They're literally throwing in every word they could possibly think of in order to try to feign outrage.
That reads, "These girls will be the new profile pic for some brown Nazi in the third world."
What? What? does that even mean? These people are just throwing out words. They're just throwing out words. They don't know what the words mean. They're just throwing them out there.
Another user posting, the best and worst girls on Twitter will be using those girls as avatars. The worst human being existing on Earth is going to watch this and say they liked it. The worst e-girl you know is going to have a profile pic from this.
Why would the e-girls have a profile pic if they're e-girls? Like, honestly, the show sounds really crazy. Like, if anything, I'll probably, like, check it out because it sounds so crazy. Like, who knows? Maybe it's actually it'll become, like, a good series. I have no idea. But the fact, like, I don't know. It sounds interesting to say the least. And if anything, it sounds like it's made for comedic humor more than anything else. You know what? Wasn't it a thing where Netflix, they don't really care which show, if the show is gonna be good or not? Like, isn't this like the new strategy of like Netflix where like they'll take anything that's like really bad in order to like drum up some sort of attention to them? Like, I could have sworn that I heard something where like that was legitimately like Netflix's like strategy. Wouldn't e-girls use real life supermodels than anime girls? Most of the time they would, from what I've seen. Or they would just use like a close up of their booba. Or the butt or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's so, like, honestly, at this point, it sounds like they're just asking people to do it rather than them actually like claiming that there are people doing it. They're just saying, where's the people that are putting this as their profile pics? The thing is, it doesn't even sound like it's going to be all that popular. If anything, it'll probably drum up some attention and then quickly die out. But I can't see people like going completely crazy over the story unless it's a really good story. Like the only reason like people are doing it is because it's a good story. If it isn't, I can't see people like really like doing that.
Finally, something to rival the amazing Digital Circus's rancid fan base. I thought we all grew out of, haha, it looks cute, but laid drugs and blood, such mature, like 10 years ago.
What is he talking about? What are these people actually talking about? I don't understand. Like a lot of these people, they're just spitting out words and pretending. Like this is the thing that people usually do. They usually just say random stuff in order to make themselves sound intellectual, but they're usually not. Like you listen to a lot of the things that they say and it just does not make any sort of logical like sense. It's like you literally have to question their intelligence like all the time. Because it just does not make any sort of sense.
I don't even care. This looks hysterical. Can't wait for it to upset just the right people, too. Everyone commenting on this looks like the least interesting, most obnoxious possible type of person. It looks fun.
Oh, huh. Hirohei. Yeah,
like
we're watching some Hirohei.
Reactions have been very...
Oh my... Look at them. They're like completely drugged out. Look at how drugged out they are. Oh. Literally, they're just looking at the screen completely like brain rotted. I don't have the brain rot to understand the look of what they just wrote. Have you ever seen the anime Darker Than Black? I've heard of it. I've never watched it. Like, I'm pretty sure it has like some dark themes, but like, I just think this is really funny, like anime. It's a good anime. I need to add that to like my watch list. I have such a long watch list. It's also the source of Hirohei's YouTube. Oh wait, so that one character that he usually loves, like showing, like the one character with like that looks like a smoking like woman. Yeah, the one where she's like kind of smoking. You mean like that? Is that where she's from? Not at all. Oh, no. You're talking about the profile picture. I just saw that. Not that one. The profile picture. This one. I got no clue where the smoking woman's from. Neither do I. I kind of want to know where she's from. Classic 2000s edge anime. Love every single second of it. We need more anime like that. Like society has censored like too much media. We need some darker stuff like yesterday.
Polarizing, as you can see. And once again, if you're curious about this one, it's called Jimoto Psycho. And I'll leave it there.
Jimoto Psycho. Yeah, this one. This is what you're talking about? So yeah, honestly, it's just really funny just to see like some of these really crazy takes, really crazy comments. Like, and it's always fascinating because they never make a whole lot of sense. There's one more video I want to watch. And this is like something controversial, apparently. I honestly didn't hear anything about this until like a little while ago. So here we go. This one is, oh wait, I forgot to post this. There's that video. Make sure to leave a like. Always nice to see some of the insanity come out from Aire. Oh, thank you so much for the stretch break. Thank you so much for the stretch break. Really, really do appreciate it. All right. So this one is new Raven from Teen Titans situation is crazy. So apparently they're doing like some sort of change in the Teen Titans. I don't know what this is about. So let's see what this is about.
Titans are looking a little bit different in a post with over.
What did they do to Starfire? Oh my goodness. Hashtag not my Starfire. Beast Boy, honestly, Beast Boy is probably like the one character that looks fine. Am I the only one that thinks Beast Boy is the only one that looks fine in this? And then why does Raven look like that? Like Raven is literally the definition of an emo. Now, what the hell did they do to Raven? Like, she's supposed to be emo or goth. It's like this, they completely changed everything about her. They made her Muslim. What is that abomination? Also, who is this supposed to be? Is it, why is he wearing shorts? Like, why is he wearing boxers instead of underwear? like legitimately, like the only character that looks fine is Beast Boy. He's the only one that looks fairly close to what he's supposed to look like. Who's the character on the left? I don't know. I'm guessing Superboy? Question mark? I don't know. Sure as heck ain't there. Oh, her. Her. I don't know. She has the chin. Well, she has the chin. She has the jaws. She's more man than woman. Like not only that, she has no curves. She doesn't even have any muscles. Like even in the animated like DC like series, like the ones that were like in movie forms, like Starfire actually looked really good. Like she was really muscular, but like she was very attractive. Like it was really funny because there was like that really lewd scene between her and Dick Grayson, and it was just really funny how she was like slipping out of her bathrobe and Dick Grayson was like just like being a perv. And like how who's Robin supposed to sing for now? Like she's not a woman. We lost our alien queen. I find it funny that people are like, oh my god, Starfire is totally a black character when the actual creator of the character reveals that he based the character on a Latina actor. It's always like that every single time. Like I remember the exact same thing when that happened. That happened when what do you call it? When there was like a Ninja Turtles like comic book where they disguised themselves as black people in order to infiltrate like a gang. And then people were like, "Oh my god, my Ninja Turtles, they identify as black." And it's like, "No, they didn't do that because they identify. They did it in order to blend in because they're ninjas." Like, it all just makes sense. Actually, you know what? Them turning Raven into this is actually kind of racist when you think about it for a minute, because Raven's literally a demon. She's literally the daughter of the most dangerous demon lord. Oh my god, that's actually hilarious. Like, what? Like, you know what would be the best race to embody? Like the daughter of the most dangerous demon in all of existence? A Muslim. It's so appropriate, guys. It all makes sense. This makes sense. This actually makes sense. Oh my goodness. No, it's not racist. It makes sense. It all makes sense. I see the vision now. I get it now. It all makes sense. They did the same thing in the shitty Netflix DMC cartoon. Oh my god. This is crazy. I understand everything they're talking about now. I can get behind with that line of logic. Oh my goodness. Like, there's a reason Raven refuses to work with her father and is trying to avoid using her full powers and emotional spectrum out of fear of her father finding her. So wait. That makes even more sense. Like, the Muslim character is the most useless, parasitic one who put out the group. Because she has every reason to not want to use her powers. It's like that one YouTube channel where they're constantly making fun of John, like a Martian Manhunter, for being useless. And every single time like any sort of situation comes up, he's like, I really wish I could help you, Superman. I really wish I could. Like, that's basically what Raven's doing. She's like, I really wish I could help you. I really do, but I don't want my daddy to find me. So you're kind of on your own. And it's to a point where it's like, okay, so you're part of a superhero group, but you're not going to do any sort of superhero things. You're just gonna pull back and just reap the rewards from the sidelines. It all makes sense. Like, there's a reason Raven. Oh, it's also kind of crazy they made Starfire black when you remember there's an actual racist slur for an alien species. Teen Titans was great. Yep. Yep. It's appropriate. Oh my goodness. Everything makes sense. They have to be the appropriate color for all the things. Teen Titans didn't do BS like this. Then, I heard there were some people that were going around saying that they need to reboot Teen Titans. And I'm like, no, you cannot do that because they will literally piss all over it. Man, they're just digging a deeper hole at this point. The lore goes deep, guys. The lore goes deep. It all makes sense when you really look into it. Honestly, I can get behind every single one of their decisions now. Let's make the person who has a racial slur for her species black. Surely that is a good idea. It's the best idea, Bloops. It's the best idea. It all makes sense. Like, the most dangerous person in the world is the Muslim, and the person that has a racial that's like everybody's racist against is the black one. It all makes sense. Oh my goodness. The opportunity for Teen Titans to continue legitimately and not be dog BS has long passed its expiration date. They cannot be trusted to not mess up now. Yep, it's too late. They can't go anywhere. Also, we're only 3 seconds in the video. We're only 3 seconds in the video. We tangent so hard.
For 2.9 million views
Oh my god.
on Twitter, with this news account DC Film and News captioning this as "New look at B-17, otherwise known as Bizarro, in My Adventures with Superman Season 3.
Nani? Wait. That the Superman person is Bizarro? Why does he look so normal? Because in Teen Titans, her species can learn an entire species via kissing. How does it get worse? I have no idea.
Normally, Bizarro Superman is depicted more unhinged and more pale looking, kind of like this. So that design's interesting too. Like,
why does he look so normal? Like, this isn't Bizarro. He looks so normal. And throughout Teen Titans, Starfire always had a very unique way of talking. Yeah, this is Bizarro. Yeah, this normal 5 to 8, 5 to 9, like office worker looking dude, like probably like he looks like he belongs on like a forklift in a warehouse. What, they made him in a himbo? He's just an awkward Superman cosplayer. I had a feeling that was Bizarro, but didn't want to. I thought he was Superboy. I thought he was Superboy. I had no idea. That's not Bizarro at all. What the heck? Like, all these characters, aside from Beast Boy is the only character that looks like he's his character. Even though he looks like one of those like really terrible looking like kids from like high school, like the one that usually like just talks shit all the time. Like a jock. Kind of like a jock. No, not like a jock. He's like, I don't know how to describe him. Guys, don't forget when Superman first met Bizarro, he looked normal at first. Beast Boy is just fine. Yeah, Beast Boy is like literally the only character that looks normal. Beast Boy in this picture is fine. Yeah. Like he looks normal in comparison, like in terms of his design, it's more in line to what he's supposed to look like than anybody else. Even this is just accurate.
Bizarro here doesn't really look like Bizarro Superman. This looks more like a cracked out, depressed Nico Tokita, which I'm sorry to throw the shade at Nico. I love Nico, but like that's the vibes I'm getting from this version of Bizarro. However, most people
he just looks like a normal dude to me.
Talking about Muslim Raven. So let's take a look at those responses, the top responses specifically, and see what people are saying about this. Top comments to the post, like, I think making Raven Muslim is unironically a great idea. Why? Because it's great symbolism for her father wanting to subjugate or eliminate all that.
Oh my goodness, they said the exact same thing. Oh my god, they said the exact same thing. That's just sneaky. Also, their extremely smug expression on Raven is just wrong. And we just talked about, not so sneaky literally brought this up. And somebody literally just repeated everybody's talking about it. Raven's supposed to be very stone-faced. Yeah, she's supposed to be very passive and laconic individual. The fact that she looks so smug is kind of weird. Hi, Black Timer. How's it going? You having a good day? We're watching, like, we're learning about the most racist adaptation of the Teen Titans ever. And honestly, everybody's like making perfect logic of like the decisions of like their racist decisions. Because of her emotions are extremely potent power amplifiers and can be very, very easily make her go berserk. The Superman show was good. You know why? Because they didn't try playing this woke BS. She doesn't lack emotion, just puts, no, I'm not saying she lacked emotion. I'm saying that she was repressing it. just puts a very tight leash on it because of how volatile it can be if she loses control. I'm in. Oh my goodness. This Black Timer. This is gonna be very wild. Are you ready for it? So let me go back and so you can hear this again.
And see what people are saying about this. Top comments to the post, like, I think making Raven Muslim is unironically a great idea. Why? Because it's great symbolism for her father wanting to subjugate or eliminate all that oppose him. And Raven...
Yep, they made Raven into a Muslim. The Raven veil, yeah, that was funny. I'm willing to bet the person behind this is the same person who made the Velma show. I don't think so. I don't think she's that smart. I don't think she's that smart in order to make something make sense like this. Unironically make sense like
father
this.
is a demon who kills and enslaves for his own benefit. So yeah, her being Muslim is fitting. They literally just put Raven in a hijab because it looks like her hood, trying so hard to cram in all the forced diversity as possible. I like the show, but this part gets old. And there is actually some more context to all of this. For example, as this account points out, this account also seeming to not like the comments that...
I wasn't mad at the veil because I'm Muslim. I was actually mad at her facial change. That was unacceptable. I just think it's wild. I just think it's wild because like there's so much hidden racism like in this interpretation. And I just think I think it ironically makes perfect sense. Like it makes perfect sense in a racist like viewpoint. Like if the person that made this was legitimately like racist, every change they made makes perfect sense. And it's just really funny when you like really like look at like the logic behind it all. And then you piece it all together. It's just hilarious.
People were making, and also not liking the initial post from the OP as well, from this DC Film and News account. Let's take a look at what this person says then.
Oh, but yeah, the facial change, yeah, that was something that Natsu Sneaky was actually talking about, like right now. Like the fact that she looks so smug completely contradicts every single thing about her character. Like she's supposed to be keep a tight lid on her emotions. Why is she showing emotion? Like at all? Like it does not make any sort of sense. It goes completely against like her character.
Shall we? They write, the first image of Bizarro alone is sufficient for this news post. The second, with Titan cosplayers, shows no feature of his design not already pictured. You knew exactly what you were doing here and should be ashamed. Now, whether you
what are they talking about?
This post, it is kind of funny that this dude's actually beefing with a news account, but let's take a look what they included here. The screenshot
I see that daily.
On the official Adult Swim YouTube channel, the platform released a preview for the episode titled...
Oh, okay. So, wait, is this what the... Okay, so in the show, these aren't the actual characters, they're cosplayers. Is that what it is?
Mobile Suit Toyman in this upcoming installment.
Is that actually what it is, or are they like coping? Now I'm a little curious.
Mark and the gang are attending Superfest, a comic convention focused on the Man of Steel, with Jimmy Olsen creating a comic book of his own to help sell. While struggling with his feelings for Kara, the preview reveals a surprise many might not have seen coming, with B-17, aka Bizarro, attending the event wearing a Superman costume of his own. He's bombarded with fellow cosplayers portraying Starfire, Beast Boy, and Raven. While it isn't confirmed whether the Teen Titans are fictional in this universe, they do exist in some form or fashion within the Adventureverse. You can check out the preview below. Another comment would talk about how this is a cosplay, writing, it's a cosplay.
Okay. I would hope it's just cosplayers because this is hella racist. Is that a metronome? I have no idea. Okay, honestly, I was losing my mind. I'm like, wait... I was losing my mind because it was just hilarious, but like now that we know that they're not the actual characters, but they were cosplayers, okay, that's a lot more acceptable. That's a lot more acceptable. I don't really mind it. Like, it isn't, like, to me, it's no longer a problem. I still say Bizarro looks weird. But everything else makes a lot more sense. Okay. Like for me, like, I don't really care what the cosplayers look like. It does not make any sort of difference. Everybody can cosplay whatever they want. Like, I've always been positive about that. I don't care what color, what sex, or anything. It's perfectly fine. It starts to look less about racism, but more about luck. Yeah. But like, here's the thing. If that was legitimately like the Teen Titan characters, then yeah, it would be hilarious. It would have been way more hilarious, but with the context, it really takes a, it really like removes a lot of the hilarity from it. Like, I'm not disappointed because I was really hoping that it really were them. I'm a little disappointed now. Yeah, Bizarro is still very much not looking Bizarro. Yeah, like he still does not look. He still looks wrong.
But I still find it hilarious that they make the character born from a dark pact made with a devil a Muslim. But the war would continue, as that got a response from another user who said, "Good observation, usually she's white," which is more fitting to your description. The whole situation even eventually making it international with tweets in Portuguese, for example.
Not racist enough, I'm disappointed.
Raven is literally the daughter of the demon and uses black magic.
Like, I've just listen. We've seen all sorts of like racism, and it's just really funny to see it. I can't but slash. I'm kidding. No, it's okay. I saw the J. I know. I was just explaining. Like, you know, the context, but like, I still stand by that. I'm a little disappointed that it's not nearly as racist as I thought it was. Because, like, we've seen all this DEI, and they're all so unironically racist in a lot of the things that they do. So this actually would fit it to a T. Like, they fit the box. They check the boxes. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Like, nobody in chat would like push it past them if this was literally the design for literally the designs that they come up with for the characters. Like, nobody would be in disbelief. Everybody would be like just laughing, just how like unsurprised they are by it. There's been so many bad actors that nobody blinked an eye at, just assuming he was the old culprits because of how common that's become. Exactly it. Is no one going to bring up Starfire in this video? No, I don't think they care. Like, what? Once the whole, yeah, I don't think people really care. I think it was just more on the Raven thing. So being a cosplay scene isn't even remotely in the same stratosphere of expectation. Yeah. Not even surprising, but it's still funny.
Mean by that? Another Portuguese tweet reading, "All right, she's the daughter of a demon who wants to destroy everything, so she had to be Muslim." But a French user chiming in as well, taking the other angle here, saying, "Now they're whining about fictional cosplayers." A Spanish user,
"Not complaining, we're making fun of it." Lamau, that laugh impression. Yeah, we're not complaining. We're making fun of it. There's a very big difference.
You're writing, "Sure, switching the character and having her go from being gothic to Muslim will attract lots of teenage readers." And another English response reading, "The character's a cosplayer, not actually Raven." It's still funny to think about though. Read the replies. Also, the art style bothers me. I think it's a combination of the thin line art plus the Beast Boy face angle that bothers me. And this response reading, "Oh man, Twitter's a gross place. I thought people were going to be excited that, you know."
Like, Twitter's a terrible place, so I'm going to post on Twitter and be here all the time. You gotta love how hypocritical these people are.
They were going back to the roots of the character. No racism, immediate and blatant.
Wait, what? What did they just say? I thought people were going to be excited that they were going back back to the roots of the character? Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? They're going back to the roots of the character. As she say, are they saying that like Raven should have been Muslim? Is that what I'm understanding? No racism, immediate and blatant. I don't. This person literally is lost in the sauce. I think this is just a troll account.
Oh yeah, the roots of the character, because Raven canonically has always been depicted as Muslim, right? That's definitely a thing. That's always been the root of her character.
What root?
Anyways,
I have no idea. Like, Raven has always been depicted as like a white goth, like demon girl. I actually maybe it's just makeup, and she just puts on all the goth makeup on there, and we don't actually know what her actual skin color even is. But yeah, it's still really funny just hearing
controversy with My Adventures with Superman Season 3. Let me know what you think about the latest. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh my goodness, this is the funniest video I've watched in a while. Here we go. It's what we always assume internet people being, but trust me, I had enough of them are first degree. Like, I think it'd be better to just assume both directions. Like, it makes more sense if you believe either they're both troll and racist. I think that's the safest bet. But yeah, oh my goodness, this video was amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was the funniest. It was so funny. Like all the ways we were actually logicking, like how the artists actually like thought of these characters. And then we were like, you know, it actually makes sense. It all makes sense. Oh my goodness. That was so funny. Oh yeah. Yeah, boo. But yeah. Unfortunately, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Oh my goodness, that last section was so hilarious. I'm so glad that you were all here for that one. Let's see. Who would find for a raid? Who's online right now that we can raid into? Oh man, true, like, look, it's an accurate Asian character. The character in question is an Asian American who barely knows their Asian culture and whining about how they study all the time. Where is my slant-eyed brother sister who talked in broken English? That's my accurate Asian for real. I'll see you around. Thank you so much for dropping by, Black Timer. I very much appreciate it. Like, I'm glad you joined us for like that last part. Oh my goodness. It was just really funny. Like trying to find someone to raid into. Let's raid, oh my goodness, let's raid into Sarah Lynn. It's been a minute since we raided into her. I think she's about to raid out herself. Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow my brother's gonna try and stream tomorrow. I don't know what he's gonna stream. Probably, most likely Masterable. So if you guys want to drop by, say hi to him. He's gonna probably try and do Friday. And then I'll be back on Saturday. And we'll be continuing with Pragmata. And then after that, my brother will be back on Sunday. Doing the Pokemon Soul Link with Bloobs. Yep, that'll be it. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Very much appreciate it. But all seriousness, I'm tired of Asian characters being Asian American rather than actual Asian. I think it's a whole thing with like people don't want to be seen as like racist, so they don't want to do like the whole Asian stereotype broken English kind of thing. But yeah. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Have a great night. Say hi to Sarah. Boy, be sweet to her. And I'll see you guys next time. All right? Have a good night. Bye.